I don't have an intro video, so hello everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. It is Wednesday. Doing another draw stream. Naman is not here today. Naman has prior engagement, so it's just me. But I decided to call on a fellow artist friend of mine that I've known for years. I met him at the Niagara Falls Comic Con, and a bunch of artists, a collective called Spent Pencils, back in the 90s or so, like that, or the 2000s. So I want to bring him on. His name is Oliver. Hey, everybody in the chat. So here we go. Oliver, say hi.
Hello, guys.
Oliver is a little shy, so Oliver does a lot of sketch card currently for Marvel, DC, IDW, and all the other stuff. But he also has been doing covers for like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a bunch of other stuff too, right? Oliver?
Right. For IDW, for Dynamite.
Yeah. Hey, Bleeker, how you doing tonight, man? Let's go through. Thank you. Hey, Christina Payne. Then let's see. Where are you in Whitefire Comics? I'm located in the Vaughan, Toronto area, GTA, around Wonderland. While Oliver is down in Niagara Falls, St. Catherine area. So that's where we're at. And I believe Bleeker is also down in that area too. So let's see. White Fangs. I'm a comic creator and artist from Ottawa. Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah. So we're just going to do tonight. I'm just going to be doing this is some drawing stuff. I've been working on a bunch of sketch card for the Niobe comic stuff that's running right now. So yeah, that's what do you call it? That's what I'm doing tonight. Oliver's working on some layouts for these panel sketch card by I don't know if it's Upper Deck or by it's basically a Marvel series. So he's working on a bunch of commissions. So he's doing Magic and I think Psylocke.
Yep.
Right, Oliver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oliver's drawing skills phenomenal, right? He
Thank you.
if you get a chance, you can actually give Oliver a follow. I think he's on there somewhere. There we go. Right. So yeah, his Instagram's right down there. You can actually see a lot of his stuff that's done. So let me see if I can get to my YouTube channel stuff. I'm just trying to. This is all new moderating kind of thing for. But we're going to be drawing some stuff. So I am drawing Kidman Drake, and most of these characters have excess of what do you call it?
Is that a sketch card, look?
Here we go. It's my sketch card. It's my own custom sketch card, right?
Right.
I don't know if that's really working or not, but okay. So the like a lot of stuff, we're just gonna be talking shop, anyways. So a lot of my sketch card is. Let me see. I'll show you. So this is where I do a lot of the stuff, right? So a lot of my sketch card is handmade, right? So this is like a 4x6. This is my 4x6 design of the sketch cards that I have. So it's really a postcard. So I designed the postcard with so these are I think 4 inches by 6 inches. So half of that is three across. Then what I do is I create it's basically printed on one side. That's the secret. You print it on one side only, and you want it like uncoated. That means there's no coating, there's no gloss, there's no sheen, there's nothing, right? So the paper comes like white. So
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
do with this is I literally cut it down the middle, right? And so it's like you're folding in half.
Yep. Yep.
So what happens is this part is on the drawing side. You can see my little blue line stuff. So
All right.
what happens is when the card is this size, right? I only cut about a quarter of an inch off around the edge,
That's clever.
right?
Love
The
it.
the reason why I did it this way is it's like I was hoping that the company can do what they call duplexing. Duplexing is the term used by printing companies. Duplexing is basically taking two pieces of paper and gluing it together.
Mm-hmm.
They do it all the time, but it costs money because manpower is basically what they do is they print it and they run it through like a big roll of glue and they laminate it together. So that's what you end up is two of those, right? So this allows me to when I work on a card,
Mm-hmm.
if I draw on one side and I use a lot of Copic, it doesn't seep through,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
That's nice. Yeah.
Hey,
Clever.
right? Niobe's right there, right, guys? Make sure you hit. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the comment stuff in. Niobe just did he fund the campaign for the comics, which is fantastic. See if I can list that in there. Right. So I'm working on a bunch of other cards tonight. Right. So
That's
yeah, so
cool.
this is how I go about creating the card. Right. So what I do is I use a glue stick
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I just align that together, glued it, and put it between like a bunch of books. But I have like those clamps and some cardboards, and I just clamp together and let it dry overnight. And that's pretty much it. And they come out like these cards, like this.
That's cool.
That's a little stiff, right?
I love that idea.
Yeah. And they worked really well because of it's just the design and it's like you can get 4x6 cards for cheap. I think you can get like 1,000 for $50
Mm-hmm.
or more or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
stuff is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. That's my little thing, right? After that, then what I do is I figured out later on that if I what cost me the most time and energy was looking for the right case,
Right.
right? For
Yeah.
so now I have like a supplier from Amazon and the suppliers from China that I buy in hundreds, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I go through maybe almost 50 of these a month, maybe. So that's
Wow.
not too bad. That's not too bad. Almost 50. Almost 50.
Every month.
Yeah, yeah. If I stream regularly, yes, I can get about 50. I can do about 50 a month or more if I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to, right?
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. All right. So I'm working on a character. You're doing 2-panel layouts. Do you transfer that, or do you just draw directly on that and just?
No, I transferred this. This is just for approval. So yeah,
But
it's I don't have to really um clean the line or make the lines very clean. I
right,
just like to you know show the customer the idea. But now since I'm having fun, so I'm just gonna use this as a way to um make it better.
right. So how long you been drawing, Oliver? For all the audience out there.
I've been drawing ever since I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that um,
I
it was
know.
a for us artists, that's our it's a passion for us. So
Yeah,
nobody asked us to do this.
we just kind of did it. I know.
We just want to do this for yeah.
Yeah, Whitefire Comics there. Niobe Comics has been doing comic book. He's out of Moncton, Nova Scotia. No, New Brunswick. Oh, jeez, my brain. Uh, and he's been doing this. His book. The character itself is Niobe. Um, for I believe almost 12 years. He's been doing the Kickstarters and stuff, and
Hmm.
a lot of his book shows up in Antarctic Press and on LCS, local comic book day kind of stuff. Those are the kind of stuff. So the characters that we're looking at is like, so on his Kickstarter, you'll see these. These are brand new. These are I've been doing these sketch cards for a while, and Niobe Comics, or Larry himself, that's why I know him as, decided to put these on his campaign, and they sold out in less than 24 hours for
Wow.
his stuff. So he placed an order for four more characters for
That's cool.
for the for the campaign. So I basically created a character, like every one of his characters out of his book. He's been sending me reference and stuff like that, and they got really great backstory. So the Outbreak series is based on a. It's kind of like X-Men, but the ladies in this universe, they call them genomes, right? Who, yeah, he. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I saw a vendor at East Coast Comic Expo. There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, the characters themselves develop superpowers, but they're only mostly female, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's kind of like bad girl art. You know what I mean? No nudity, no nothing. It's just, very suggestive, kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that kind of stuff. This is where, so Larry reached out and says, "Hey, can you do a cover for us of these two characters, maybe fighting or something like that?" So I did it on a couple live streams when I jumped on other people's live stream,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's then.
You you did the full art, full color, the pencil and inks and all that.
No, no, no. I did this digitally. I did the
Oh,
layout,
originally.
the
Okay.
covers, anyways. The reason for it is it had to go to a colorist,
Right. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Originally, I was gonna pull out the 11 by 17,
Hmm.
the comic book board, but I feel like sometimes when I do that, it's just a lot more work,
Hmm. That's true.
especially when you draw that size and
Hmm.
get the
Oh
book
yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if my inking skill for that size is up to par compared to I can correct that digitally in the computer, right?
No, that's what I do too now.
Yeah,
I work digitally for the comic book pages cover. Yeah, it saves a lot of time.
yeah, yeah. Like I'll sketch out a rough in my sketchbook,
Yep.
um,
Okay. Yeah,
and
same process. Yeah, that's what
right,
I also do. Yeah.
yeah. Then I'll just quickly like snap it on my phone and just load it as a background and retrace it digitally on.
Hmm. Right.
That's what I do, right? That
Hmm.
reminds me, I got to work on a cover for Phil. He's it's more of a he's got a like a D&D like book.
Yeah, we have the same process. That's also what I do.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it changed much from most anybody, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Kind
Yeah.
of rough it out on a piece of paper because that's easiest to do instead of powering up the computers and all the other stuff.
Right.
I should see if Larry wants to jump in here. Let's see. I think I like to like go live. All right, so let's work on this for a little bit. Larry's gonna go live on his Kickstarter campaign later on tonight. Got to remember when you're drawing this small, you got to be very delicate.
True. Yeah.
Like I don't know how you get all the full form in there and all that other stuff. Sometimes it drives me crazy watching you do that some days.
I just got used to it, man.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right. I've gotten to a point where I can do this, right? But again,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because I use I love the look of the brush pen.
Yep.
Right? That's the thing. I tend to like do too much ink. I got to stick to the microns because that's what you do, right? You do a lot of the stuff for the microns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. I might be working on one of the former IOB cover artists. Andre. Oh yeah, Andre is pretty good. I'm just learning sketch cards. Yeah. It's I got pulled into sketch card because I did some stuff for Upper Deck as
Yeah.
a
Okay.
freelancer, but it wasn't sketch card. It was more design work and concept artwork for Upper Deck.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. So that's how I got involved with these guys. And they once in a while they would ask me, "Hey, do you want to do some sketch card?" And I'm like, "What are sketch cards? How much are they?" Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like art, and I wasn't really comfortable with that. And it's like, no, that's okay, right? Then I said, I'll just stick to like you guys order the prints or whatever the stuff you guys want, and
Mhm. Yeah. But now you're doing sketch cards now, right?
yeah, it's funny.
You get used to it now?
I'm getting used to it. I'm getting
Yeah.
used to it.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes it's just my issue is sometimes I forget some of the rules in
Right. Yeah.
some of the stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you already pencil the stuff and it looks good, and I'm like, oh dang it, now I gotta
Change everything.
redo certain and stuff like that. But that's part of it. Now
True.
I got so close to
Yeah. It's so much different when you're doing like a commission or a blank cover.
yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye out on the backstage there. I'm hoping that another friend of ours will jump in or so.
Yeah.
If they
Hopefully.
come back from work. My your ink my inks are messy. Are a mess or are a mess, yeah. Some great layout there. Yeah, Oliver does some really fantastic layout. So what he's doing is he's doing layouts for was it 5 panel or
Oh,
three
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 panels.
panel? So 3 panel sketch cards. So
Yeah.
he'll get. Hey, you want to show your? There, I'm gonna put you big, Oliver. I'm gonna
Oh.
make you big. I'm gonna make you big so you can show off your. I think it's this. No. Oh, I think I gotta click on the. There you go. Haha. So show. Yeah, there you go. That's what
Yep.
Oliver's working on. right? Show her the card. What do the cards look like, for example?
Yeah, the card looks like this.
There you go.
So it's just like this. It's actual size.
Yeah.
So
So yeah. So those are like flip over the card. You can actually see these are actual official Marvel sketch cards and stuff like that. Like, what do they have on the back?
no, this one's not a Marvel, but this
Oh,
is
okay.
for Mental Con.
Yeah, the metal con. Okay, mental con. There you
Mental
go.
Con, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the label around, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's sketch cards and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what Oliver's doing is laying it out on regular 8.5 by 11 pen.
Right. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you can transfer it to
Yeah.
the
Transfer
card.
it to the actual card. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's drawing Psylocke and Magic.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I've always loved the art style that you get into there, Oliver.
Oh, thanks, man.
Let's see. Give him a follow, people. If you want a commission from him, just direct message him on Instagram. There, his IG's at the. You can find it in the show note, and also right on your screen there under Oliver's.
Hmm. Oh, thanks, man.
Larry, you want to jump on? Let me know. I'll pass you on the link. Where's Larry's? Let me see if I can get. I think I know you're going live soon, so yeah, I'll pass you the link, buddy. Where is it? Where's the pace? It's in Facebook Messenger. So Larry might jump in a little bit.
Oh, cool.
I know he's going live later on tonight. I might have to redraw this again. I start inking and I'm like, shoot.
Why?
I don't know. There's something's off about it. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll figure it out after. Oh, there we go. Larry's on here. Let's add Larry to the stage.
Whoa, whoa.
Here you go.
It's a small world after all.
Larry, this is Oliver.
Hello.
Hi, Larry.
What's going
Hello.
on, brother?
Oh, good. Oh, good. How are you?
Good. Good.
Oliver
I see we
does-
got White Fire Comics here
Yeah.
in the chat tonight. Now, White Fire Comics, you're right. Maybe I don't know you, but I'm pretty sure that we have at least crossed paths if you're at the ECCE, right?
Yeah.
So he says, yep, I had a double booth at the base of the stairs of the ECCE 24. So I didn't have a table at this show, but I was there. I was walking the floor. I was shaking hands. I was handing out the comic books, you know.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
So I will be there this year tabling. That's all been looked after. I will be there. Niobe will be representing at the East Coast Comic Expo. Well, not only that, I plan to steal the show.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
By the way, congrats on the right now 8,000. Wait, no, that's old. I haven't refreshed. You pretty much surpassed.
It hasn't gone up at all today.
Oh, congrats. Larry, congrats on your
Thank
you.
successful.
Well, you are drawing my 2 future wives. Right
142
there,
backers. Exactly. Right. By the way, Oliver, every time Magic comes
Share
up,
the magic.
that's he's share the magic.
Share the magic
And
always.
Psylocke.
Whitefire Comics also says they asked me back, but I can only go every 2 years. Why is that? Go every year. Go every year.
Yeah.
And, and Whitefire, if you know any other local conventions that are in the area that need a guest, that need some pigtails in their life, have your people call my people. My mom is standing by. Hello? Yes, I'm Larry's mom. Yes, I can book him for the 23rd. Okay, thank you. The cost. Where do you live? I mean, if you live in Moncton, there really should be no cost outside of the table cost, Right? That's why I love local cons. Like I don't have to spend the night anywhere,
Yeah, those are
oh, yeah,
well,
true.
unless you're in Ontario.
Right? Like
Those 3 days.
you're in
always
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no shit, it'd be expensive, man. Why would you come all this way from Ottawa? I mean, I know we're cool. We're the Maritimes. We freaking rock, right? But that's a long journey for a small convention. Man, I wish Ottawa would invite me. I would go up to Ottawa. I never been to the nation's capital. At least not that I can remember. I mean, maybe I was there as a toddler, but I don't know.
You're not missing much, but okay.
No, you grew up in Nova Scotia. I've only ever no, I shouldn't say. But I've been to Nova Scotia a few times. Cutting through usually to Newfoundland though. Like go drive right through the province, right up to North Sydney. Take the boat to Port aux Basques.
Oh yeah.
Then drive across another 7 hours of treacherous hell of rock and moss of Newfoundland. You get to another small island called Fogo Island. That's off the coast of Gander.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where they fish.
They do a lot of fishing.
Now, Whitefire Comics, do you make comic books? Are you a reseller, a retailer? I don't think Halcon will have me. I'm too controversial for Halcon.
Halcon is Halifax?
Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay.
Very, very left-leaning though, right?
Yeah.
And the last time I got into a little spat with a cosplayer in Halifax, it happened to be the reason why I got canceled for 5 years.
Dude.
So I don't expect to get any invites from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Not yet, anyways.
Well, not without an apology to me.
Yeah.
Right?
This
whole thing is I didn't do anything wrong.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Well, I ain't bending the knee, so
yeah.
Well, that your friend that does Sister Mercy, his name is Corey Hardiman. And yeah, me and him are pretty much in the same boat. You got it. Not only do they not like it when you ask people for evidence in regards to allegations, but they also don't like it when you do covers that have sexy women on it because you are now misogynist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you sexualize the whammons, but even though they sexualize themselves every day on OnlyFans, it makes no fucking sense to me.
Oh. But don't these guys know that Jim Lee and Image Comics?
Yeah, they don't care. No, as far as they're concerned, they're sexist too, right?
All right. So
the whole 90s era of comics is sort of like a stain for these people. They want to forget that it ever even existed.
I will get bad there too.
Yeah. I guess Marvel Comics won't show up there. Oh well.
He was my best friend growing up. I helped him get Mercy going. Yeah, I like Corey. You know, I haven't met him in person. I have invited him here to maybe get him at our convention in Moncton, you know, because I'm pretty sure they would take him. Um, but you know, it's been probably been a good year since I've exchanged messages with Corey. At one point, he was going to quit comics, and I sort of messaged him and tried to give him a pep talk not to do that. You know.
That's a shame, though, right?
Well, look, you know, he had lost a lot in drop pledges. At that you know, we're talking like last year here, and at that particular time, it was a rough go for comics, right? Still
Right.
is, you know, when you're crowdfunding and you don't get the numbers that you got during COVID, it's a letdown, and everyone felt that. Like everyone during COVID was doing gangbusters, right? There was all
Right.
this extra money floating around. People had all this extra time. A lot of people were online, you know, and but then when inflation happened and COVID ended, everyone stopped buying because eggs were $12.99. Your gas was expensive. It was, you know, do I buy $50 worth of food or do I pick up this luxury comic book item off a Kickstarter and wait 6 months for it to be delivered? The choices were pretty easy for people to make.
Yeah, that's true.
And so now what,
Larry is just pretty much he keeps on top of this stuff. That's why he's
Oh, it's cool. That's cool.
yeah. He knows what's going on with the
so now what you're finding is due to the Diamond bankruptcy news,
yeah.
small press publishers no longer having a home, Kickstarter is going to be infinitely more competitive.
Hmm.
Do you
right?
hear anything back from Ben? I didn't
have
look at the
not.
post today. I know he said he's in negotiation still, but you
And
know,
yeah, I mean, Ben's not going to leak anything out to me because I have a tendency to leak it out. You know what I
right.
mean? So I think he's learned from that. So I'm in the dark just as much as you are. I imagine when something official comes down the board, I'll find out just like everyone else.
Yeah, you know, he'll post it on what's going on, right?
He'll post it on Facebook, yeah. And he might even make a YouTube video of it.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I hope it works out for Antarctic Press. I was told by both brothers, Ben and Joe, that if I wanted to continue Niobe and finish our 5-issue run with them, if and when they return, then I'm more than welcome to do that. And we'll take them up on that offer if it still stands at that time.
Nice.
But in reality, you know, having, you know, hindsight, having reflected on this for the last few months, you know, and maybe even longer, the truth of the matter is that as much as I love being in shops and the bragging rights are there, and it's cool to see your book sitting beside Absolute Batman on New Comic Book Wednesday.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is there's no money in it.
Yeah, it's very little. You guys aren't making at all very much.
Look, it costs me on average $6,000 to $7,000 to make a comic book, right?
Yeah.
We sold 3,000 copies of Origins on the direct market. You know how much that gave me in profit? About 1,200 Canadian.
Yes.
It's not even enough to make the book. So, for example, if I was just solely relying on direct market sales to pay for my comic book and that be my career, it would be over. You know, $1,200 is just like a fifth of what I need to put together the book in the first place. And that is like doing it as cheaply as possible.
Yeah.
Right? The money has to come from the crowdfunding or your own site, right?
Yeah.
You know, where you can set the prices and there isn't a middleman taking 60%, you know? Because in the direct market, it's just like the music industry. The starving artist is always the last guy to get paid.
Yeah.
It just is, right? So there's an article on Indie Comics. Why are you selling gumballs? I would like to read this article. Can you send that to me, Whitefire? Can you add me up on Facebook and introduce yourself to me? You're going to look for Larry P. Higgins on Facebook, okay? Larry P. Higgins. The P does not stand for penis. I forgot to ask. Is this a family-friendly show?
No, we're just We're just hanging out and dry.
All right, I won't be too crude, but I make it funny there, you know. I love that nervous Asian laugh. You know, it's like I don't know how to respond, so I'm just.
I really don't know how to respond. I'm just tired, or I just woke up from.
Yeah, me too. Like, you know, when I wake up, like if early morning I'm posting some shit and then 8 hours or 9 hours goes by and you don't hear a peep from me,
yeah,
that means I'm sleeping.
Exactly.
And then, like, you know, like in the evening, oh my God, Larry's posting it. Oh, he must have just woken up, you know.
Yeah.
I am a nighthawk, you know. I was shoveling ice last night. Dude.
Oh yeah, how was that out there, man?
It was brutal.
Oh, wow.
Did you get Oliver? How was that? Did you get a lot of snow out Niagara?
Oh,
Falls?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also had that whole day yesterday.
Yeah. So it's
it
going
wasn't
out
the
to
fact
the
like the amount of snow. It's that our snow all became ice. So like I literally had to, like, you know, use my boot, you know, kick the banks in, break it all up, then shovel chunks of ice, like clunk, 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 clunk. You know, big panes of ice breaking all over the lawn, which was also ice.
Yeah.
Right. The guy, I got a comic book in the mail yesterday, and the guy literally walked it up to the door, and he almost slipped and fell like 5 times.
Oh yeah.
It's that icy here, right? Like I just did the driveway barely enough so that we can get the car out, and I got to finish the rest of it tonight. Widen it up and, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, my sister, says Whitefire, broke her ankle on the ice back home. Look, when you live in the Maritimes, you learn how to walk on ice.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that's anywhere in Canada, really. But,
yeah, that's anywhere here too.
But I mean, like in Toronto, it's so congested, right? That like
people,
you guys don't even have fucking driveways or a front yard, you know?
Yeah. Like, it's the what do you call it? It's the penguin walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to slide, right? Like I'll test it and then like, ooh, I'll slide a little bit, and, you know. I remember once we saw Lord of the Rings. You remember the last Lord of the Rings movie? What was it? Not the Twin Towers, but whatever came after it.
The Return of the King.
Return of the Jedi. That's right.
Yeah.
So we watched Return of the Jedi. Me and my friend Richard. He was a long hair headbanger guy, and he loves his Tim Hortons coffee, like most Canadians.
Yeah.
And we're walking out of the movie. And he's got his Tim's cup still on him. And he's drinking his coffee, and it's like Crystal Palace, Moncton. It's like this place that used to have like amusement rides and shit, and the movie theaters were there. And Richard, of course, fucking slips on the ice and lands flat on his back. But like the true Canadian he is,
he's Tim Hortons is still in
still in his hand. He goes, "Well, at least I didn't spill my coffee."
I did that with when our daughter, the eldest, was like 3 years old or 2 years old or something like that. Walking her out to the of the house, and literally I'm slipping and I'm holding her up.
Yeah.
The wind gets knocked out of you.
So how does Wildfire know you?
Who? Wildfire?
Yeah,
I don't. I don't. He just showed up on the stream.
I mean, he's from Ottawa, so I figure you both must have ran into each other at conventions.
We could. I don't know.
Well,
I
let me
don't
finish
remember.
my hypothesis first.
Okay.
And then, you know, ran into each other, and then, you know, he started watching your YouTube because you guys made a connection. Like, it's pretty amazing if this is all circumstantial happenstance that some guy from Ottawa finds your channel when you're a guy in Ontario working on a Niobe project, and then while this guy has also been to my local convention. Right? Like, think about that for a second.
It's a secret cabal, Larry.
No, it's just a small world after all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
So now you need to go subscribe to my channel.
That's right.
Whitefire Comics, Niobe Comics. Because I am going to go live tonight. We got lots of topics tonight. Locke, I don't know if you're going to be there or not, but I got lots of topics tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm going to draw with Oliver, and I'm hoping Arnold.
You're going to draw with Oliver on my
jump
stream?
in.
So here's the
sure.
topics for tonight.
Oliver,
Let me know what you guys think of this, okay? Do first appearances in self-published comics mean anything? Do people care if, like, there's a brand new character in a self-published comic book that no one's ever heard of? Second question: why are you promoting the competition? It's going to get very competitive out there. Question number 3: what does your life look like after comics? When you finally put down pen and paper, you're done with comics forever. What do you envision your life to be? If Marvel called, would you work for them? Would you answer the call? I think that answer is pretty obvious, but
Oh yeah.
and then the last question: are self-publishing comics worth anything on the secondary market? The answer may or may not surprise you.
You got data behind all that?
No. I got opinions and I got eBay.
Well, eBay's data, I guess. eBay is enough, but I don't know how much data that is, right?
That's the only place that matters for buying and selling comic books on the secondary market. I mean,
Yeah.
people used to use the Overstreet price guide that would come out like once a year as their guide to what comics are worth.
Right.
Hogwash, right? Hogwash, because what comics are worth change daily.
Yeah.
And it's all market fluctuation on eBay.
That was back then. That was the Overstreet was pre like
people still swear by it. There's still comic book shops that use that guide for pricing their books. And it's
it
dumb
still
and
exists?
it's stupid. Yes. Well, it's part
Oh
of
my-
Diamond, so I don't know if it's still going to exist anymore, but
Jeez Louise. I thought that was an online thing. That was something somebody would publish here and there or something like that, but I didn't know it was still around.
so this is how he found you. He said the stream link was shared on a Ontario art page.
Oh, somebody must have shared it. It's not
See,
me.
social media does work. You have to drag them in, kicking and screaming, but it does work.
Nice.
I can post my YouTube link 1,000 times in 1,000 Facebook groups, and not one person will come over and watch, right? But eventually, someone checks it out. Eventually, right? It's not the numbers that we want. It's not the success that we need. But that just shows that, like, this world of comic books is very small. It's a very small niche.
Yeah, it's a very
The average person, let's be honest, doesn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Art Victim messaged me. Let's see what Art Victim wants. What are you doing right now, Art Victim?
Does you want to jump on?
Well, that's kind of what I'm hinting at, but let me see what he's doing first before I offer your show to any other people.
It's not really a show. We're just hanging out. That's all.
It's a show. You're on YouTube. You are a show.
I am a show. Are you not entertained?
You're a drawing show, but you're a show. Just like Bob Ross painting was still a show.
That's right.
Now we're going to make happy little accidents. We're going to draw some birds over here.
Right.
We're going to draw some birds. We're going to draw some
Wow.
trees. You just have to tap the brush. Pop, 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 pop. See that leaves right there? Yeah. Yes, I know I need my afro haircut. Okay. Leave me alone. So I asked Art, what are you doing right now? And I'm waiting for a response. Happy mistakes, man. The happy mistakes. That's it.
It's always the best.
That's it.
It's my third time drawing this Kidman Drake.
Why? What's the problem with Kidman?
I don't know what it is. I'm always messing
Beautiful
up.
woman with red hair and a robotic golden arm. That's all
Exactly.
you need to know.
But I don't like. I wanted. I saw the chair. I like the chair, so I have her like maybe pulling off her ponytail and sitting on with like a mini skirt. But something just doesn't seem right.
Well, you remember the show Inspector Gadget?
Yeah.
Right? She could almost be like in her chair, but the chair is completely turned around and all you see is the golden arm.
Yeah.
Like the Mr. Claw, Dr. Claw there. You could have drawn her in her armor, but like we noticed, the armor doesn't sell as well as the hot ladies, right?
Yeah. I kind of like that the thing in her chair, and I'm just trying not to put her center.
The chair was
And,
nothing planned in the comic book. It was just what was drawn in there.
I know it's kind of like that where I can get her legs to cross a little bit or something on the chair. And I think I'm gonna do more of a lounge, so she looks like she's leaning back a little bit further. I think that's the thing. Something that just didn't come across right for me, so that's why I'm redrawing her a few times.
Yeah, Art Victims live on his own channel.
Oh yeah.
He's working on a tapestry job he got. Art's doing DoorDash for extra money and then doing art. So he's juggling those two things.
Happy mistakes, don't get mad.
Don't get mad. Just get even. Dorn has sent me a request. You know what? You do look kind of familiar, bro. Actually. He's the lead mobile QA tester at Canada Post, or former lead. So you guys would have worked at the same place, Locke.
No, I'm RSMC.
Canada Post is Canada Post, though, right?
Yeah, but I'm in the Toronto area, right?
It doesn't
So
matter.
he's
Canada
out of
Post is
Ottawa.
nationwide.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we all know each other.
No, but I mean, you still worked for the same entity. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's a small world.
Might not be long if I pass this interview. Back to the tech world I go.
That's going to eat up a lot of your time.
Yeah. I'm going to be managing a team of developers, I think.
Guys, don't forget to give here a like on the stream. If you're watching on the rewind, please make a comment, because it's not so much the likes that get the algorithm moving. It's how many people comment on your stream. Right? Because that shows YouTube there's interaction, and then YouTube pushes that a little harder. So I always tell people to comment. Like, I'll even use like fake accounts and comment on my own stuff just to get it moving a little bit.
Well, I'm not like, this thing is not, I don't have an end goal for this YouTube thing. It's just hanging out. I kind of like the
right, but you could do that off air. I mean, the reason why
I know, it just occurred to me.
There must be a reason why you put it on air.
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Famous, to become famous.
Okay, well then there you go.
And
so there is an end goal, right?
Yeah,
so why not do everything you can to make that happen? I mean, if you're going to be live, if you're going to be doing it, of course you want the numbers, right?
Yeah. Gonna push the
it's like,
Instagram.
Why wrestle if you're not looking to be champion, you know?
Oh, because you love the sport.
Yeah, but you can love it without having to put yourself out in the public eye.
That reminds me, I gotta ask the pop culture guys to see the Great Canadian Wrestling something guys and see if they need to update their program or not.
Yeah. See if they need a manager. I'll go up and manage some talent. Well, listen here.
I did not know it was that big of a thing, right? My buddy, Pop Culture Canada guy, right? So he goes around and after the convention stuff, he has wrestling night. So he's got these guys, and they're all local. They're all from around the area. They showed up, and he's got them booked, and he's playing. Some of these guys are villains. Some of these guys are, all this stuff. And I watched them put together the ring, I guess.
Yep.
And they were bringing like 6 6x8 or something, like these hardwood. I'm like, I thought it was like some kind of cushiony mat thing. He goes, no, these are like, holy cow! I'm watching them build this thing.
Just enough give not to kill yourself.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm watching, like, these guys are tossing each other off of them and the whole bit. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna do this. There's no way. Like, you got to be off somehow upstairs.
Well, no, if you're
for
off,
that
that's
love.
when you kill someone. You got to be on all the time. Like
Yeah,
like
no,
when
you know what I
you
mean. Like there's
yeah. But now I'm turning it into something else. I mean,
yeah,
when you're jumping off that top rope and there's a body underneath you, you have to land perfectly, or you're going to cause someone a broken ribs, internal damage. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
It's that trust of the other person.
you trust you're trusting your body into the hands of others. That is correct.
Yeah,
And it
and I'm
has to be
watching.
100% trust. Even if you hate each other behind the scenes, when
Yeah,
you go out into that ring, you have to be pro because it's a very injury prone business.
oh
Not
yeah,
and severe injuries. Look at Draws who broke his neck and stuck to a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Louise.
Yeah, it's a brutal business. There's a reason why so many of them die young. A lot of the times it's opioid addictions and
Yeah, it's the
bad lifestyle choices, but it's because of the life on the road.
yeah.
So Oliver, tell me
Yep.
about you.
About me, um, well, I do comic book too, for publisher in US.
Yeah?
Yeah, like he is also doing Kickstarter.
Yeah, but tell me the name of the book. Tell me the name of the publisher. Sell it.
Okay, it's Science Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, and they produced Spider Squirrel and Trash Panda.
Trash
So
Panda.
I
We have
Trash Panda.
lots of those outside. They're called raccoons.
Right. Yeah. But I do mostly covers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I did one. I finished one full interior that will be coming out this year,
Okay.
and will be a Kickstarter too. So
Like
I'm
I
not
said,
sure
it's going to
yet
be really
when.
competitive, Locke. It's going to get really competitive.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. So
I mean, it was
Yeah, yeah,
competitive before, but I'm talking like instead of like 300 projects on Kickstarter, we're going to see like 500.
yeah,
yeah. And now most of my work is just trading cards, sketch cards. I mean,
Now, do you do what Locke does and sell them on whatnot? Do you run, those types of shows and streams?
no,
nope, nope. I don't do those things. I only do commission. I
Right.
do a lot
But
of
how
like
are people finding you to even know that you do commissions if you're not really selling them online?
through my Instagram. I usually post sets that I finished for upper deck, marble upper deck. Uh, Now, yeah, mostly it's just like there. That's where they can
So
find my
you've
work.
done
Facebook too,
work
right?
for Upper Deck and whatnot then.
Sorry?
You've worked for Upper Deck.
Oh yeah, I work for Upper Deck.
Oh yeah. Oliver's been doing sketch card for a long
Well,
time.
you should have led with that. I mean, that's how you sell yourself. You say, "Hey, man, I'm an Upper Deck artist." Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, but since we were talking about comic book, and I also like comic book. I used to do comic book for small publishers and
Indie books
uh,
and stuff like
for
that. Yeah.
indie. Yeah, for indie. Yeah, so that's why I started with the
Well, I mean, drawing cards is comic book related. You're drawing comic book characters for the most part. I assume so.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, wait until Upper Deck calls me and says, "Oh, but well, they call my mom because it's their people calling my people." They'll be like, "Mrs. Higgins, yeah, we want to do a Niobe base card series. What do you think?" Hey, you
Right.
want to do cards? Sure, mom. Okay, he's in.
Monty
Right.
Python.
What?
Monty Python,
Right? Mushroom man.
There's more dirt here.
And if they ever give me the call, right, and I know they won't, but if they, we're talking fantasy here, and in my fantasy, I get this phone call. Locke would be the first person I contact.
Gee.
What do you think about drawing more cards?
I know.
White Fire Comics says he farts in my general direction. So that's what I've been smelling all day. Fuck.
That's right.
Here I thought it was just me.
I'm king of the Britain. Who's the Britain? We are.
Good times, man.
Those are the days. Yes.
Back when you can make fun of shit and not get canceled.
Yeah.
Right.
Good to see White Fire Comics still hanging out with us here tonight.
Yeah.
I won't be here very much longer. I am going to fire up a stream since I said I was going to do it. I much rather just kind of stay here, because I don't have to be the entertainer. I could just off a lock,
You're right. I'm just dealing with let's see, what did I finish? I finished off a bunch of stuff. Then if I get this done, I'm thinking of redoing Vira with her helmet off, and I'll send it that way, and maybe you
Vira?
can print it out.
You mean
No, not Vira. Sybil.
Could you imagine, Locke, I said it as a joke, but I guarantee you, right? You send me that without her helmet on, it's her nice, beautiful face, her nice, long blue hair.
I think it's gonna sell. Yeah.
Yeah. And what would that tell us then? What would that experiment tell us?
Yeah. From now on, I'm doing sexy girls. I'm doing magic. I'm doing Psylocke. I'm doing Rogue. I'm just doing all the Marvel characters in sexy poses. Right?
You only need one male, right?
Yeah.
It's like my statue collection. Okay, I have a variety of Marvel and DC stuff, that sort of thing. There's not a lot of them. There might be 14 or 15 of them up on my desk there.
Right.
But only one of them is male, and it's Cyclops.
Right. Yeah.
So Cyclops has a harem of girls. There's 14 of them up there. There's only one male. Only one alpha daddy in the X-Men, and that is Scott Summers. They all know it. He's the only male statue that will grace that collection. Let's see, who do I got up there? I got Kitty Pryde, Black Cat, Wasp, Jean Grey, Jubilee, Nina from Tekken, Christy from Tekken, the Goblin Queen, Magic, Chung-Li, Psylocke, and Spider-Woman, and Supergirl. She's up there too. And then Cyclops. And then R2-D2. He's up there. He doesn't count. He's like a trash can. What? No, Beast. He's kind of like a furry. I hear furry art sells.
Ben selling them left.
I remember the last time I was at a convention, really at a convention. It was 5-6 years ago. I got hugged by 3 or 4 furries.
Yeah.
These colorful people in wolf costumes come running up with their arms wide open.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I should be scared or amused.
If you get an erection, that's something you have to.
Well, you don't want to know what they do in those suits, man. I've heard tales, man. Literally.
Oh.
No offense to all you furries out there.
That's right. I see them. They are. I don't know how they could wear it in the middle of summer in downtown Toronto.
Well, dude, you would fucking die, right?
Yeah, I would die in there. Exactly.
Look, I was at a convention in Fredericton right before the season ended last year, right? Right when my sort of cancellation got lifted. And their whole AC in this place broke down. And it was fucking hot as shit, man.
Yeah.
And there were people dressed head to toe, like in latex Batman costumes and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude, you're gonna die, man. At ECC, they did an event in front of my booth that was on all the news. Epic. I mean, that's what you want, right? You want that sort of free advertisement, that free exposure. Well, what was your booth? What do you sell at your booth? And
right?
we'll make
White
sure
hat.
you come in and see me at this year's ECCE, which is June 14th, 13th, and 14th. It'll be here
When's,
before you know it.
Oliver, when's Niagara Falls? Is that the same time or no? Or is it
First week of June.
first week of June? Okay. So I got
First weekend, yeah.
Okay, I'll email James and see if I can get a table near you or something like that.
Oh yeah.
We always do. Yeah.
It's convention season, boys. It's gonna be around the corner. It's gonna be here before you know it, right? Like, as soon as March starts happening, April, right? That's when everything starts to kick in high gear,
Yeah, my
June and
daughter-
July and August is just like,
Yeah. May's Anime North here. That's that I gotta block off because that is when me as a dad drive a bunch of teenage young ladies and drop them off at convention center, and I find a bar and just sit there for hours on end.
fuck, let me go on this trip.
Yeah.
I want to sit at a bar.
Yeah.
That was the cool thing about the ECCE, the last one that just went by here in Moncton, is they actually sold beer at the event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
I
had
love
like a
that.
cafeteria area, and then you could just go there and sit down and like order a beer. It was the first time they tried it, but they all like drinking beer there, so you know what I mean.
At least, yeah, I know that's not going to happen here at the Toronto Convention Center. Not without like a lot of money being passed hand to some people or something.
Well,
that.
it's not like you can walk the con floor with your beer. You have to sit in designated area, drink your beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you get too drunk, then you're just gonna get fucking exiled.
Yeah, they're gonna toss your ass up the door.
Yeah. So I may have had like 2 or 3, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like, okay. That was cool. Sit down with my buddies, have a like flip through comics at the table while we're drinking a beer. It's what life's all about. Conan, what is best in life? We got Art Victim here in the chat. He says, glad to see the live lock. Thanks for letting me know this was no. You're more than welcome to jump on the show, Art. I sent you a link if it.
Yeah,
works.
yeah. You're welcome to jump in, Art. Draw some
It's
stuff, man.
Like actually, Art. I don't draw art, right? I'm not arting at all. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
But you actually art. So Art can like come on here and art. But Art, I will also tell you this. I'm going live in about 20 minutes. So if you want to jump on my show and screw this loser, you're more than welcome to do that.
You're welcome to. Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course.
Let me do.
Or I might just convince these guys to come over. Oh, see, now I like this there, Oliver.
See that?
Yeah.
See? Oliver knows what he's doing. He's pretty good at that stuff. I'm still working out my.
Well, I may have to like talk to Oliver sometime in the future.
Yeah, you got to get him to do some sketch cards there too.
Sketch cards or a cover or something. We'll figure it out.
He does interior. Oliver does interior.
Well, I don't need an interior guy.
Yeah.
My team is set that way, but I'm always down to deal with great artists, new flair, new look for a cover. It's all usually especially like if you can draw my babes, and you're doing Psylocke and magic there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you live, Oliver? Are you stateside, Canada? What?
Canada, here in
Perfect.
Niagara area.
So my Monopoly money works with you then. Excellent. I hate paying exchange rates and shit.
Yeah, Oliver does some really fantastic dynamic.
If I could just work with completely Canadian talent, I would, but it's just not the reality,
See that? See?
Oliver is super dynamic poses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's got his library of stuff already. I'm still working on my AI stuff. I'm trying not to do any 6 fingers for Larry.
Guys, look at this. This is real AI in the works here.
That's right. See that?
I mean, if comics look like this again, maybe they fucking sell. You know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
I'm just saying, right? Maybe I'm in the minority now. Maybe I'm just too old. Maybe I'm a boomer. You know. I mean, what do I know? Fuck.
No, this is what they're missing now.
All I know is, ladies and gentlemen, you have 25 days left to jump on Niobe Outbreak number 4. Currently crowdfunding on Kickstarter right now. Right now. You too can own a piece of comic book history by coming over and joining in today. Let me show you what great things we have going on before I jump on out of here. Lock,
Yeah.
steal your
Hold on.
screen.
Yep.
Hold on. There you go. There you go.
No,
Oh,
you got
share
share
the screen.
screen.
Oh, all right, okay. Add the stage. Hey man,
Whoa, look at that.
look at that. There you
Look
go,
at
guys.
that. So here's the tales of the tape, ladies and gentlemen. We are 24 days in, basically 25. We're starting the 5th day now. We're at 142 sexy backers strong. Let's try and get this to 150 here in the next day or two. We're 8,844 Canadian duck bucks.
Yep.
Which is about $1.50 US. And what we're trying to do here is raise money to put out the 4th installment of a 5-part miniseries. We're almost at the end. And this is where all the action really starts to heat up to the final conclusion with Outbreak number 5, the Autonomous Zone. Yeah. So let's show you what's going on, guys. And if you missed out on Outbreak in the past, it's not a problem. We have 1, 2, and 3 ready for you. We got Birthright. We got the origin story. We got all the classic issues, guys. You can scoop them all up. Not a problem. So here's a look at some of the covers. We'll just show you. We'll just get right into it here. Here's cover A by Juan Antonio Altaveras. Dan Olvera handling the coloring here. And these are the two guys that do the interiors of the books. And we'll show you some of the interior pages here in a minute. We also have for cover B, LC Faritas. Again, colors by Dan Olvera, featuring my girl Adana and Niobe. We have by the man right here on the panel. This is Oliver's cover right here. No, I'm just kidding. This is Locke's cover right here. This is Oliver. Sorry, I really did fuck it up now.
Yeah.
Locke get no love, man. You know what I'm saying? I just fall in love with Oliver now. That's it. Like
That's
Locke
right.
is replaced,
I'm done.
you know?
I'm packing up. Okay, I'm gonna do what Pete did.
No, of course,
Oliver's
this
all
is
yours.
from Locke. Locke Min. I can never say his name right, so I just make fun of myself now. For
That's right.
This is Niobe fighting Adana, you know, in the block, which is a genome containment facility to house dangerous people who cannot be trusted to run around in society.
Yeah.
This is where Locke spends most of his nights.
Exactly.
In containment, in isolation, you know. There's a huge jailbreak. You know, think AC/DC's Jailbreak as the soundtrack for this comic, and you're in good hands, you know. So, of course, Dan colored this as well. Locke, you know, lots of action here. Niobe flying out of the portal. Adana ready to throw down. Then we have from the sensei himself, the master, the founder of Antarctic Press, the curator of properties such as Ninja High School, Warrior Nun. Okay, Ben Dunn is who we're talking about here. Ben Dunn. Of course, this is a Days of Future Past homage cover to the X-Men. And it's great. It's the first time we ever done something like that. And I think, again, colors by Dan. You're going to hear that name a lot. Beautiful job. Bucket list artist, Ali Garza. Now, this was a man I didn't think we would be able to wrangle in. But somehow I made magic happen. And we got him. And then he made magic happen on paper, you know. And it's a beautiful color. Again, colors by Dan Olvera. Now, this is our hot ticket item right here. This is what's been selling the most. Lots of
Yeah.
these have been selling also as add-ons. Like I went and had to take a look at what's been selling for add-ons. Like, oh shit, we're selling more of these than I thought we were, you know. This is Keith Garvey's cover featuring Ariel and Niobe. Colors by Keith. It's one of the 2 covers that Dan actually didn't color because he colors his own stuff. Beautiful job here. He's been doing covers for all the Outbreak issues, so there's like a complete set that you guys can get at a discount if you want all his covers. Then we have here from Narcilio Souza. This is the Dance to You Drop cover set. It's a 3 covers, and it features the girls dancing at the club. But this one has them in their superhero. Is that even a word? Superhero costumes.
You're not
Hero.
already, are you?
Sounds like a name of a bad villain. Now you will face the wrath of Superhero. So there we got them in their superhero costumes. Then we have them in their street clothing, you know, jeans, t-shirts, that sort of stuff. And then they're getting a little spicy. You know, they're getting a little naughty. They're teasing the boys here a little bit, maybe the girls, as they dance down into the lingerie. And that's about as spicy as we get. There's no nudity or anything like that in our books.
Yeah, it's very
I mean, this is as spicy as it's going to get. So pretty tame, really. And then from John Stinsman, of course, he's known for his work on titles with Rob Liefeld. Oh, Niobe, don't drag me into your bullshit, Niobe. It's not funny, okay? We got John Stinsman here drawing Niobe versus evil Niobe. Think like Spock and like evil Spock from the Mirror Universe. Only this Niobe doesn't have a goatee. But she does have a ponytail, where a good Niobe has pigtails. That's the difference. Price is the difference. That's like a Tide commercial. Yeah, so John Stinsman bringing out here the battle cover, as I like to call it, man. And, of course, again, his work with Evangeline, Team Youngblood, Scarlet Crush, Lady Pendragon, great comics from back in the early days of Image. We have it on digital. We have them physical. We have all cover A's for you. We have all Keith Garvey covers for you. We have the Dance Till You Drop the whole set. And if you're like me, right? God forbid, you know, that you're like, if you are, and you like to collect things, and you just like you're perfectionist. You have OCD. It's like Pokemon. You got to have them all. Well, you can have them all. You can have all 10 covers with the perfect 10 collection at a discounted price. We also have the complete catch-up bundle, everything you need. Now, here's pages from the book itself. These are drawn by Juan Antonio. Colors by Dan the Man Overa. Lots of good action here. Lots of beautiful women kicking ass, taking names, man. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff, man. And we're going to be adding a new page to the preview pages here in the next day or two. Dan is coloring more stuff up for me, and we're going to show you a little bit more of what's going on. We also have the cosplay edition. So these are special reprints of Outbreaks 1, 2, and 3 with Niobe on the cover cosplaying as Yatta! Want to see my Kung Fu lightning kick? Chun-Li. Street Fighter 2. And we have her in red and black as well. So there you go. We also have the Niobe Signature Series. These are signed books that are selling out. You know, we sold all of Jamie Tyndall stuff. That's all gone. And now we're working on selling some John Stinsman stuff, signed books here. I can tell you that the Savage Sin foil, that's been sold. And then we get into the cards. So, you know, you see these fine gentlemen, they're drawing covers, they're drawing sketch cards right now. Well, Lock Yin here had 6 cards that we have put up for sale. And overnight, 5 of them were gone.
Yeah.
In the first 24 hours, 5 of his 6 sketch cards sold out. Here's the only one that remained. And even that might be sold. Who knows? Like, I haven't checked to see what's been selling. No, that's still available. This is the only one available out of the 6.
Yeah.
Out of the original 6. Sybil. Guys, you want to pick up this card, or else I get to keep it. That's it, you know. Hall sold. Vira sold. Adana sold. Sonica sold. Here's what they look like on the back, by the way. Beautiful casing. Locke signs them at the bottom. I will be signing them at the top. There's a QR code. It's just a beautiful presentation. Locke does such a great job. And if we can start getting into the higher numbers here as the campaign moves on, we'll start unlocking stickers. There's a whole set of stickers here. Niobe, Sybil, Avani, Vira, Cinder, Art Victim. He's in the chat. He drew 3 of these right here. Okay, so we want to get these stickers out to you guys finally. And again, you missed out on Niobe. We have all kinds of things for you to catch up on, from the very first issue, the 3rd printing of it, to Birthright, to Origins. We have combo packs and variants. Oh my. It's like walking down the yellow brick road. We have the Keith Garvey men's magazine variant. I only have 15 of these. I think 7 or 8 of them are already gone. So you might want to jump in and get that. Outbreak 2, Mike DeBuffalo, bucket list artist. Jamie Tyndall, bucket list artist. I was selling 5 of these. There might be 1 or 2 of these left. Grab those. Just grab it all. We have Niobe, the trade paperback as well, if you want to binge read Niobe. And we have Savage Sin, my newest property. We have issues 1 and 2, both cover A's by Eduardo Garcia, known for his interior work with Zenoscope Comics. So there's lots to check out, guys, and even more will be added as the week progresses. We may even be adding new sketch cards since they've been selling well. We'll add another set of 4, I think.
Yep.
And that's all thanks to Locke. And as you know, and proven that the sketch cards continue to sell well, we'll keep offering them on future campaigns. We will do that for you.
What about the signature stuff? Did you get rid of all that, or
all the Jamie Tyndall stuff? We're still selling some of the John Stintsman stuff.
Wow.
Let's see here. Dang it, Oliver! Apparently, you did something awesome. Of course, you did. Look at that. Look at
Yeah.
on the screen.
Let me put them on. There you go. See, and that, believe it or not, is just his transfer. That's not done.
Well, what happens when it's done?
It goes. Well, he's going to transfer that onto the actual card itself.
How do you do that? It's too big.
No, those are the card size themselves. They come in that size. They're
not the same size as your cards, then.
No, there are 3 of them connected.
It's just like this.
That's what they are, right there.
I don't understand.
So flip it over.
Yeah, it's a 3-panel. Call it
It's a 3-panel card.
Yeah. But you've drawn these characters, right?
Yep. And he's going to transfer them onto that card right
there.
They're
going to be on separate cards.
That's what they are. Though they are gonna. That is a 3-panel card that you.
No. I mean, Psylocke and Magic on the same drawing. They're going to be separate cards.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that wasn't made clear. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like this. Like yeah.
Okay.
That is Whitefire. That is his transfer paper. My transfer paper is photocopy paper.
Now, Oliver, say someone like me was interested in hiring someone like you, right?
Yep.
Let's say that I want you to do some sketch cards, or I needed a cover done, or whatever, right?
Yep.
A, how do I get in touch with you? And B, how do we learn what your pricing is, the rates are, that sort of stuff?
Through my Instagram account.
That's the only way?
Oh yeah, same as my email address, biscratos@gmail. So my name.
Right, but I guess what I'm asking is like, do you have a website that shows your commission rates?
No, I don't.
No.
Just Instagram.
Okay, but is there like a post that says like, for a headshot, $50, body shot this, like cover that, like?
Actually, no. It compares. My sketch cards commission is same price, but it just
like I'm trying to figure out what the numbers are. Since you don't have the information posted anywhere, can you just tell me?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll post some of my pricing. Samples.
Pricing's important.
A lot of yeah.
Because usually what I do is like I open my commissions. Right now it's closed because I have to finish all this commission first. Um, so have some lineups right now. Um,
Well, when the time comes closer, we'll talk pricing there. You know what I mean?
yeah, cool. Yeah, sure.
This is it.
Yeah. A lot of Oliver's commissions are done on artist proof cards.
Right.
He's Oliver draws like massive amount of sketch cards, and he's got like hundreds of the artist proof stuff, right? So he puts them on there. That's why later on I'll be end up creating some of his design for his own sketch card, for his own
Yeah.
personal sketch card. So that's
Yeah.
what will happen, right? So yeah, that's what Oliver does. I known Oliver way back, pre-pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
all the way back to, was it Spent Pencil with the guys?
Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah.
Oh, most of these guys are all Filipinos except for the one guy, Locke.
You're still an
You're
Asian.
I thought you were from Vietnam, Lars.
I am, but Oliver's Philippine, like Arnold's Filipino and stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys really are all the same. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. We all met somewhere in Toronto at some con or some other place.
You all met in Chinatown.
Yeah, exactly.
Either none of you are from fucking China. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the best. How's that, Larry? That's
It's
better?
cool, man. Yeah, man. I
Yeah,
mean, better. I didn't see the other one, so.
Yeah, the other one, like this is the third attempt. So this is the third, but this is the one that just
See,
threw me
I
off.
like them both. So.
Yeah, the neck's too long, and there's something off about it. I just didn't.
Well, that's what they say about me.
That's
My neck's too long, and there's just something off about me.
just off about it. Right?
You know, it is what it is, and what it is
It
is what it is, and what it is what it shall be.
Exactly. Right.
What it was.
What do we got going on? Let's see. Oliver, you got any cons coming up, or
Not really.
you're not doing anything? Like you're like me. We're
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, look, we
Christina.
got Christian in the chat. Christian, why don't you join the show?
Yeah.
Even though I'm going to go live and steal you away after. I'm actually delayed in going on the show because I've been sitting here rolling one up and shooting the breeze with these fine gentlemen. So we're in no rush for anything.
Yeah.
We're in no rush. I mean, even if I don't go live tonight, who cares? Like my whole 5 people waiting for me.
Just hanging and just trying to figure out poses and stuff. Gotta refill my markers. That's my next thing. Using them up like left and right. That's one of the many things. Tonight I'm gonna
Whitefire Comics have a YouTube channel. Let's see.
I don't know. Whitefire, do you have a YouTube channel there, buddy?
Oh, I'm just going to look it up.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to copy and paste his name into something. There is a Whitefire Comics. I wonder if this is the same guy. I'm going to subscribe. Yeah, this is the same guy. Indie book creator, Dorn. Whitefire Comics.
Wait a second. How do you refill markers? You get marker refills like this. They come in bottles like that, and you pretty much take your marker. There's multiple ways to refill your markers. One is you can use the chisel nib end, and you just drip, or
And watch out for the drip. You might want to get some attention for that.
yeah, or you get something like a piece of plier, and you just literally pull that out like that, and you would just put a bunch of them in there, right? And you got to make sure the plier goes back in. That's how you refill your markers. Right?
Again, Just if you have the drip, go see a doctor.
Yeah, if it's dripping too much, then yeah, that
Especially if the
depends,
drip is like, green or something.
right? So yeah, it's, most of the markers you can actually get color refills. These are knockoffs, but they do the trick. What I do is, even though they have numbers on them, they're not always matching the color stuff. So you create a color swatch piece of paper. And what I do with that is I would swatch this color and try to match that with these color next to each other. And if they are, then I put a piece of tape and said, this is this color, right? So you need, like, you put 76, and that's what you put a piece of tape on this. So that way you can reuse the brush. So I usually buy extra brush tip for these, just in case, because you do end up destroying the brush tip after a while, after multiple use and stuff like that.
We live in Canada. You don't get to see a doctor for half a year. Not in
Yeah.
my case. My doctors are pretty good. But I also have to deal with 3 different specialists.
Yeah.
When they found out that I had cancer in my stomach, I never seen the medical system move so fast in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was instant. They had me in there, and I was getting my stomach cut open, and it was wild, man. You know what I mean? I owe a lot to our free healthcare system.
Yeah.
Cancer's been pulled out of me twice, once from the bladder and once from the stomach. And now those 2 areas get checked every year, and I'm sure other areas are going to get checked every year.
Yeah. You get the
Mhm.
the finger yet?
I get the finger every time I step outside. What are you talking about? Just my neighbor's like, hey, fuck you, man. Yeah, I've had the finger. You're number 1.
You know where exactly. Cough, but it's just cough.
That's it, man.
Hey, Doc.
My spouse just went through cancer. Sorry to hear that, man. It's kind
Yeah.
of scary, like for me, it was something they could cut out. It wasn't like, that,
Yeah.
that far in, but you never know, like it's
It sucks.
yeah. And I got the nice big scar down my stomach now to remind me of it too.
I got the zipper down my chest.
Yeah. That's it, man. That heart surgery.
Need to get all the. You doing all the shading in there too, Oliver?
Just adding it.
If I'm gonna color this, I already picture the shading and the stuff in my head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I just do the outlines.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I also do that. Just now, it's just giving time for me
Yeah.
finish this layout.
Oops. Wait. How do I do this? I can never figure the layout. Okay, so if I do this, then I click on this. Nope.
Experiment, Locke. It's okay.
I am experimenting. Why does it
Oh.
always show me? I don't want to show me. I want to show Oliver's.
Oh,
Nope.
Well, you're not clicking on him. There you go.
I know, but if I try clicking, there you go. There. Next stream on the feel good stream.
Christian, superstar guest. Well, what's going on, Locke? It's my fucking dog, Locke. Shut him up. All that and more as Pete fights with the cat. You don't pay
That's
rent
right.
here. Yeah, we'll get the whole crew to invade your stream some night, Lock. We'll just bring
Yeah,
everyone in.
yeah, on a Wednesday night. Look at that.
Man, it is new Comic Book Wednesday. Of course, I did not get to the shop since I still have to run an icebreaker through my driveway.
I got the typical email. It's been
Our
delayed.
comic books are not in today. Yeah, I got the same one.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting until I'll probably get the email on Friday. Everything's all in now and all that stuff. So
Yeah, well, they better have my Magic Blank variants that I ordered.
yeah, I got 4 on order, or 3 or 4 on order.
You're the reason why I can't have anything nice, Lock. You take them all from me.
See, look at that.
This is it. Oliver's going to replace you.
I've loaded up my stuff. I'll
do that.
at my desk.
Don't do that.
Clean up my desk.
I'm cleaning up my desk.
Well, you ever watch the movie Office Space? We can have you like the little squirrely guy down in the basement. You're working. You're working for free. You never gotten paid in 6 months, but you still think you work here, and like you're bitching about your stapler and your Copics,
Yeah, you got to do the Lock.
So, Lock, these are good cards, okay, but we're gonna have to downsize you a little bit. Yeah. But those are my Copic markers. Not anymore, Lock. These belong to the company.
These are my case, man.
Not anymore. These belong to the company. You got the TY4 form filled out for me, Lock?
That's right. Don't take my Copic, man.
That's it.
These are my Copics.
My Copic is how I make my money. Not anymore. Yeah, red stapler. That's right, man. All right, so I've been an annoyance here long enough. I'm gonna jump on Outlook. I appreciate you guys having me on. Oliver, good to meet you. I'll be hitting you up at some point, man. Fuck for sure.
Sure. Thank you. Good to meet you.
I'll always need new artists to do stuff for Niobe. It won't be for a little bit yet since we're in the middle of a Kickstarter, but next Kickstarter, maybe we get you on something. You know what I mean?
Sounds great. Thank you.
I'm hoping to get a lot more of my buddies that are con guys to show up on some of these streams just to hang out, like do the off-air kind of stuff.
Just remember about opening up that rabbit hole there, Lock.
I know. Just a draw stream. It's just a draw stream. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, but it leads. It's like that.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm thinking more
drug.
I'm thinking of doing more of the off-air than anything else, just to hang out and just talk about what conventions we're going to end up and all the other stuff. I think
off-airs are the best, right?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I am going to bounce, and we'll see y'all later.
All right.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yep.
So that's Larry there, right? So
yeah.
He's been doing a lot of the what do you call it? He's been doing a lot of the stream stuff.
Right. That's cool. Yeah. And thanks again for inviting me.
This is I just want to hang out and talk shop and stuff, right? That's really what this is, right?
Right.
So looks like you're done. So are you gonna do the transfer?
Yeah.
Like, do you have transfer sheets, or do you just use
no?
Yeah,
that's what I just do. I'm just gonna show this first for approval.
Right.
Let
me put Christian up here. Christian,
what's going on, guys?
Right. This is my buddy Oliver on the top.
Hey, Oliver, what's
Christian?
going on?
Oliver.
Hi, Christian. Nice to meet you.
Nice work there, man.
Thank you.
Oliver and I go all the way back in the day. He's been drawing a lot too, so this is he decided to come on stream, and I'm hoping to get a couple more of the my buddies. Like, a lot of us met through conventions.
Nice.
So that's how we know each other, is through conventions.
Right.
And we've been doing a lot of the oh, hey Christina. We've been doing a lot of conventions, and that's how we known each other. It's always afterwards the conventions, go eat somewhere, hang out.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Those were the good times, man.
Yeah, I know. I know. They're fun. Even though we made
Yeah.
zero money some days.
True. That's true.
So,
Yeah.
Oliver, do you work in comics right now? Like, are you doing?
My gig right now is mostly sketch cards
Okay.
for Upper Deck,
Oh,
but
nice.
I also do some interiors and mostly covers, for an independent and for some, retail exclusive
Right.
covers. Yeah, that's
All right. Cool.
mostly what I do. Yeah, mostly right now it's all commissions from sketch cards. What do you
Cover.
do?
Yeah, Christian does his own comics and stuff like that too, right? Christian? Yeah,
Oh,
I'll let you answer
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
oh,
do.
you,
I do it on crowdfunding. I'm working on.
oh, cool.
I'm working on my third campaign right now.
Oh, ah,
I'm in the process of having the second one printed and then fulfilled after that. So I'm working on I'm drawing the third one, and the second one has started the color process. So I have a colorist that does that. And yeah, the first two campaigns I did were successfully funded.
oh,
So yeah,
congrats. Yeah.
I mean, I've been drawing since I was a teenager,
Oh,
seriously,
hmm.
and that was back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah, mostly just like us. Like yeah, same time. That's where I started like loving comic book
Right.
during the 90s X-Men. Jim Lee was my first influence.
Yeah,
Uh, Will Spitacio, all those X-Men guys.
I love all those guys. Actually, on the next Kickstarter that I'm doing, which is probably being probably like the end of March, hopefully,
Hmm.
worst case beginning of April. But I have a homage cover from the X Men that was a cover that Wilsh originally did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah. So you also write the story?
yeah.
Okay,
The
cool.
only thing I don't do is the colors. I write the story, I letter the book, I draw the book.
Hmm.
I draw very heavy pencils, so I don't use an inker.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
So, um,
Do you do traditional in your pages?
what's that?
Traditional art in your pages, like interior pages?
You mean do I draw traditionally?
Yeah.
Yeah, like these are all the blue lines of the ones I'm still working on.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, just like
But yeah, I do. This is the line work, and then
mm, cool.
I go in after the line work and I do the rendering, the heavy darks and stuff.
Right, right. Cool, cool. Because me, I went to doing my pages on like digital now. Saves me a lot of time.
Yeah, I format everything digitally. I have to give it to the colorists digitally, but the drawing and creation I do
Right?
traditionally. I'll
That's
do
cool.
I do breakdowns first,
Right, yeah.
and then like I use these. I break down the pages first, and then from there I just use them. I years ago I used to light box the page and like blow them up on a printer and light box it over it, but it's just easier for me to do the layouts like that and then start from scratch again with the pages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It saves time trying to size everything the right way and get everything perfect.
Right, right.
I try to like Christian, do you still do thumbnailing on smaller sizes or do you
Yeah, Oh, you must not have been looking. I just showed the.
Oh, okay, the thumbnail stuff.
Yeah, I'll show it again, like this. I do
Here,
it
let
like
me
this.
put you big. Hold on, let me put you big. Let me put you big. There we go. Oh, okay, there you
I
go.
do it like this, and
Right.
So what I do first is, so because I'm an artist first, and I do the writing of my own books.
Right.
I never work from a script. I work right out of my head. I know what the story is going to be for each issue, and then it's kind of like acting out in my head as I'm laying out the pages.
Right.
So then I go back, I draw that in, and then I write the dialogue for those scenes afterwards. So the writing's
cool.
like last.
Cool.
The actual like lettering and the dialogue is last.
Ty Templeton, I did his comic book boot camp. He does like that. A lot of his stuff like that. That's how he taught a lot of us artists how to script. Is we do all the pacing and the breakdowns by page. Yeah. And that's I remember doing that in his class there.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought like it was something that I was doing wrong, like or like there was something wrong with me. I was doing it that way,
right?
And then you come to find out that more and more people actually do it that way if they're artists.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
You do that too, don't you, Oliver, or for your own stuff, or?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
for our OC, like the original character or original comic book that we did with Austin, the Lady of Wrath. Yeah, I also do similar process for my own, but for with that book, me and Austin. So Austin did the writing, so I just followed with his script. But yeah, I did all the artworks there. So
yeah. All right. I'm too tired.
How long have you guys been on so far?
No, it's just me.
Oh, just
I've been running around, and I slept for a couple hours here and there. I think it's my medication. I think it's my medication's not letting me sleep at night sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Christian, somebody asked, Whitefire Comics asked you, are you Canuck?
No, I am not. No, I am not.
Christian is not. Christian from the U.S.
I am Katrunk.
Katrunk. What's your Instagram, Christian? I'm gonna post it in the. Can you put in the private chat or something, or is it on there? Oh no, your website's there. Okay.
It's on my website.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Make sure you give Christian a follow and all the other stuff, right? So yeah, I'm trying to see if we can do more of these Wednesday night draw streams. That's really what it is, and I'm trying to get a lot of my my buddies from the con stuff to show up.
That's cool.
To draw for an hour or two, just talk shop, what they're up to, and all that stuff. Are you doing any cons at all, Christian? That's coming up.
I want to do some local, smaller ones this year because it would be my first year doing it as a creator.
Right.
The last couple of years when the first book was being put together, and through the campaign and the process and everything, I didn't really have anything to bring yet.
Right.
This year I'll have
books.
2 campaigns worth of stuff, which actually, believe it or not, is like 4 different books, a bunch of cards, prints, and stuff. So I have a good amount of stuff this time to go.
We renamed the Atlantic Ocean the Gulf of Canada.
By we, you mean you and 3 other people?
Well, us Canadian.
That's what I said. Him and 3 other people.
Oh, didn't you know Locke is my member of parliament?
That's right. Well, I'm folding up my desk and taking my Copic with me, and I'm handing it over to Oliver now.
You're just giving all your problems to Oliver.
That's right. wait until I get like Arnold on here, Michael on here,
all
the
right.
other ones.
Oliver, I've dealt with these guys now for a few months. This is like the most insane shit I've ever been a part of. The problem is now yours. See you later.
See you later. That's right.
See you later.
I'm going back to tabling.
I'm going
at
back to
cons.
Vietnam.
That's right. At least I know what I'm dealing with.
That's right.
All right.
The stuff Larry had shown me on the comic book community stuff, it's just like, okay, I think I like the idea of just showing up at cons and dealing with the Hawaiian shirt guy or
Well, listen, you like the online comic community if you're a fan of high school. I mean,
the musical. No.
the high school musical.
No, we just had a drop backer. You see, this is the problem, with Kickstarter. It plays with your heart, right?
Yeah.
So we just lost $102.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Is that because you got on here with me?
No, I'm I mean, I can't tell you who it was, but it's a name I don't recognize.
Right.
But people will do that, like they'll
Yep.
back a campaign, and like this is a weird habit. Like some people, when they back a campaign, once they've seen it funded, they'll back out.
Oh,
And the
Really?
reason why they do that is, he doesn't need my money anymore. He's funded, right? Another reason why they'll do it is just buyer's remorse. Maybe I shouldn't spend $102 on comic books this month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Or they see a different campaign that they rather back, and they only have so much, and they can't back everything, so they'll cancel one campaign to go and back another.
Yeah, I buy the remorse thing a little bit because it's like they do it, then they're like, oh shit, I want to pull out, but I don't want to be the reason he doesn't fund. And then once they see you funded without them, they're like, oh okay, I can pull out now.
Yeah. But what they don't realize is this is more than just about getting funded. This is about getting every dollar we can.
Right.
True.
Right? Being funded is just not enough. If if my campaign, if we go through another 20 days and my campaign is under $10,000, I'm canceling it. Right? I'll just take it right off the board, because it will cost me more money to fulfill that campaign than it would be if I was not to do it at all.
Yeah, I've done that where I went in and it's like, oh, I need gas for the week or something like that. Yeah.
That was you, huh?
Yeah, that was me. I need that can of I need my Tim Hortons coffee. Right? Nah, a lot of the time it's usually if I if I back out of a campaign, there's something that in the back of my head because I've got burnt a few times. You know what I mean? Something's gnawing at the back of your head that goes, there's something, either that person didn't finish the book or something like that, right? That's the only time I've actually backed out of the campaign, or due to shipping, I'll back out of the campaign and I calculate in my head, well, if I'm going to pay $30 in shipping, might as well pay the extra 30, 40 bucks and get an actual, like a remark on the book. You know what I mean? Because I'm still paying that same amount of shipping, just to make it worth it, right? Or a slip cover or something like that.
What's the fascination with remarks? I don't want nobody drawing on my shit.
It's sometimes it's one of your
It's
favorite
like
artists.
a signature, only they're more valuable.
Yeah.
People get remarks a lot of times because it adds monetary value to a book.
Yeah. It's like a signature, but it's a
Yeah.
drawing, right?
I want my book without that crappy side sketch that they rushed.
Yeah. On a what do you call on a campaign, a lot of the time the remarks are pretty good, right? Like John Boymeyer does some really great, fantastic remark, and you can see it, right? I always back his art book.
Darwin Cook remarked on a Catwoman trade that he signed for me. He drew this epic Catwoman.
Yeah, I haven't opened this other one from what do you call it?
I mean, yeah, I guess it's good if they're really going to do a decent job with the remark. But I've seen some people do remarks and doing them live, and they're just friggin' horrible. It's like, wow, you just ruined that guy's cover.
Yeah, depending on the artist, right? I mean, for me, if I could get like a Jim Lee remark, that's fantastic. But I have to mortgage, maybe sell a couple of my kids, some liver, some organs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it would be like, okay, so you I'm gonna get a Jim Lee remark. Oh, how would you feel if you paid all that money? He does a remark for you, and it's a smiley face.
Yeah, well,
with squiggly hair. You know what I'm
Jim
saying?
Lee, right? For me, it's like, yeah, you know how everybody's like dissing on Frank Miller's current stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he drew something like that on my cover, on my Ronin book and stuff like that, I wouldn't care. I've always looked up to him, right? And so that's I'm a different kind of, like, as an artist, I understand, like, as he gets older, his, I don't know, whatever that he had, right? And people were just like, he's Frank Miller. He deserved. I mean, I have no problem if he shit in a bag and smear it all over the cover. It's still
What?
It's still.
I thought he just did that with that Black Cat cover.
Exactly, but it's still Frank Miller, man.
Locke, they have groups you can join for that.
I know.
They have an ointment for it too.
Ointment. It's my only fan. That's the only thing I look for.
That's on your OnlyFans?
Don't ask for John Gwen's remark. Oh, really? Ben Temple-Smith does fantastic remarks. See, there you go, right? CJ's.
I think they should be up front when they're doing remarks. They should put a sign out that says, hey, my remarks are shit.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I do really awesome remarks.
It depending on the artist, right? If some artists are just rushing through it, yeah, I understand that. If they're doing remark of 1,000 books, I can understand that, and And the remark sometimes the rush through is if it's at a con and there's a big lineup. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys, I can understand some of that. It's basically the same thing as. I have a sketchbook that I run around with, and I get my favorite artists to sign it. And sometimes they just draw stuff in it. Right? Those are my thing as an artist that I try to collect. But that's me. I know I'm not going to rip up my sketchbook to sell a piece of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is just,
You're talking about a sketch, not a remark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just a sketchbook, right? It's just my sketchbook. If they autograph it, that's great, right? Because I'm not looking for their books and bringing it to the table. I'm just bringing my sketchbook and say, look, I got Jim Lee in here. I got, Eric Larson. I got all these artists. They all signed in the book. Some of them will draw little head figures and stuff like that, and it's just fun. It's more of my con memory, right? After I'm dead, my daughter could use it for toilet paper. All I care, right?
Well, she'll be looking it up to see if any of the stuff's worth anything.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think most of the stuff I get signed is not really for like. I don't look for value. It's my value is my sentimental stuff, right? I've sat next to George Perez at a con.
Right.
Didn't sell anything, but I got all the Wonder Woman book signed. Right? By George.
Yeah, but if you had like a sketchbook and it had George Perez and Jim Lee in it,
yeah,
and those were original pieces of their artwork, whether it was to you or not, that's going to be worth money.
Yeah, I mean, if the back cover has some other people's and stuff like that, like I'm not gonna cut out pieces of it. You know what I mean?
Oh
Just
no, that
yeah,
sketchbook. Well, first off, I'm talking about when you're dead and gone, and they're trying to sell you stuff.
yeah.
But
That's true.
but
That's true.
and they would sell it as a book, so you would
Yeah.
have to get Jim Lee and all the other artists all together, and it would be even worth more. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and sell my stuff off before I'm dead, so I can enjoy the fruits of the labor.
Yeah.
None of our the death of Superman in the poly bag's not going to be worth like what I got like 20 of those sitting.
You might as well get your $2 a piece for them now, right? Like,
Listen, the homeless shelters are filled with people that have tried that.
Guys, this is so fun, but I need to go now.
we
Yeah.
finally
No worries,
chased them
Oliver.
away. Holy shit! Good job.
Thanks for
Lon.
jumping in, Oliver. Give
Larry.
Oliver a follow there.
Oliver,
Larry
it's nice
and-
meeting you.
His
Nice
commissions
meeting you,
are
Christian and Larry. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right.
all right.
Yeah.
See you
Have a
later,
I'll do
Oliver.
this again next time. Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night,
Yeah.
guys.
Night.
All right. Time to get CJ in here now.
Yeah.
Well, a remark is, let me tell you at the hands, right? It's an ash can. First of all, let's just start with that.
It's an ash can.
It's a zine.
No, it's an ash can.
It's an ash zine.
That's right. Locke's starting the drama now.
That's right. All innocence, it's gone at this point, right? Like,
That's right. Locke's in the dot at the deep end of the drama. I'm gonna stop drawing for a bit.
yeah, everyone's going live. Like Brian is live right now. Razor's supposed to be going live right now.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, everyone's gone live. 11 o'clock was the time that everyone seemingly wanted to go live.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should shut it down and go on your thing.
Well, I'm not doing my thing. I canceled it.
Oh really? Oh okay.
I mean, I looked at the time like, fuck, it's already 12:30.
Yeah.
By the time we get it all going, it's just going to be like me or you there, or maybe we have Christian. It'd just be at most the three of us, right?
Right.
And you already got this going, and we're already here. So I'm like, fuck it, let's just hang out here for the night. Whatever.
So, Mark, this is your stream?
Yeah. I usually hang out with Nauman, and we kind of go through some art technique. Get his figure going, and also Nauman had some health issues, and he was trying to recover, and he couldn't get his arm to hold the pencil correctly. So we're just doing some loose exercises and stuff.
Oh,
Then
shit.
it became a stream of interviewing Kickstarters.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know how that happened.
Well, listen, since it's your stream and not Larry's, let's EFAP some people and talk trash.
That's right. That's right. Locke's gonna be right in the drama of things.
So we'll get you up there. We know you love it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. All I did was said hi in a chat, and I get pulled right in. Don't get me started on actually.
We'll get you and Razor going at each other in no time.
That's right.
This is the new drama. The Ash Can War is already over. Now it's the Remark War.
It's the Remark War.
That's it.
That's it.
Get me started on the Remark Wars.
That's it, man.
Like,
Yeah, no, I figure, fuck it. We'll save my live stream for another night. We're already here. We're already hanging out. So
yeah,
when this is done, I'll just open up the off air and play video games and do some packages.
sure. How many packages are you almost done?
I got like 20 left to do.
Right.
20.
And this is for Savage Synth, right?
And so once those 20 are out, that campaign is complete. Outside of the people that didn't fulfill fill out their surveys, Johnny come latelys will be like 6 months from now. You know what I mean?
Quick, Locke, say something polite. We want to start a new shitstorm.
So Locke, are you under exclusive contract to Niobe Comics?
Right now, no, not anymore. It's Oliver now. I've
Oh,
opened up my desk and handed over my markers. So Oliver
Yeah.
is now the new it guy.
Wow.
Yeah. You gotta see Oliver's Ninja Turtle for IDW. That's a great cover. I don't have it here. Shit. I gotta
All of
grab
his
it from
stuff
next.
looked on point, man. He has good stuff.
Oh no, he's Oliver's been drawing like myself for a long time. Back
Yeah,
in the
but only he
day,
got better at it.
they him and a bunch of guys started a group called Spent Pencil in the downtown Toronto core area where they were doing. It's kind of like have you Larry? You heard of Raid Studio, right? Those guys.
I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about him.
Yeah,
What was it
they're
called?
just a
Because
bunch of
you're
artists.
kind of low. What was you called?
Sorry.
You're a little low. I didn't hear what you said. What was the name of the place?
Raid Studio.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a bunch of artists, Canadian artists here who got together, and we started out doing like projects. Then they started renting studio space to work on projects together, and they form a collective. So Raid Studio is currently a bunch of like Casey Parson, a bunch of stuff, Jim Zub, Titan Comics, that kind of stuff. So the Raid guys are down there because Jim Zub's down there, and he does the Conan and a whole bunch of other stuff too. And these guys, I forget what the rent is, but you can have a desk there, and you pretty much pay every month, and we it's a collective of artists, right? And we get together and we work on projects together and all the other stuff. That's how that works. And that was the same thing when we were doing Spent Pencil. Most of the guys in there were all Filipinos background, and I was the only Vietnamese guy because everybody thought I was Filipino. Believe it or not, I swear to God, we were like at cons and everybody thought I was Filipinos.
So racist.
There you go.
And here I thought it was just us. Wow.
Right? There was Brian from Brian. He had the same last name. I didn't know his last name, and like I did, and we sat next to each other at these conventions, and I swear to God, I thought he was Filipino, and he thought I was Filipino for years. Until
John.
I'm talking about years, like at cons, and until I looked at his business card, it's like, oh my God, it's the same last name. Yeah.
That's
It's yeah, it's funny as hell. That's how we met. So we go through all this stuff. The only drama we dealt with was at conventions was like how the artist alley table was set up, how at the end of the end of the con we go like, hey, so what sold, what didn't sell, and a lot of the time is like, okay, it was like, what is the next thing, right? So Oliver was asking me, he's going to do a set of sketch cards and we're going to do some sort of collab. He wants me to color for him. So we're thinking of doing the Marvel Rivals stuff, and I will slab it in that case. Right? There you go, Larry, right?
That's it.
Jeff the Shark and all the other stuff.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
you gonna slap it like it's hot.
Yeah.
I'm hulking out. Now I kind of want to play Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
The Thing and Johnny Storm are like a day or two away.
What, the new release?
Yeah, for the second half of their season. So the new characters.
I have 6 things to get before I can get Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I beat Stellar Blade. That was an endeavor.
Yeah. Were you stuck on him for a while or no?
Not as long as the boss before him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I probably fought the guy, I don't know, 6 or 7 times before I got him.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
So here's the truth. Who's the table hog when it shares space at the con? I'm the table hog.
I fuck, man. Last time I did a con, I felt like I needed 2 tables with all the shit I had to show off. You know what I mean?
I'm very flexible when it comes to because I have stuff that I can pull and put on table or remove from table based on how much. Sometimes I get the corner space and it's really unpredictable of how much stuff I can use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I show up at a con and sometimes you get like the end cap of some sort and there's no table there, I always have like a spare little folding table in the car that I can just run in and just put there at the corner.
Bach's very flexible when it comes to a table dance.
That's right. $20 is $20, gentlemen. $20 is $20. There you go. Oh. 4th time.
What up?
Locks the table, no wonder. He comments to get a table. So no, I think it was at Heroes Con or something, and Nauman was there, and apparently he there was an empty table, and he kind of sat down on that table, and apparently it's Jade Lee's table. So everybody thought he was just like another Asian guy there, right?
Look, it's Jay Lee. Man, he got older. Fuck.
Oh, he looked different.
Yeah.
Look, it's been done.
Hi, guys.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. When I go to finally start going to cons, I'm gonna look like every other bald white artist with a goatee or a beard.
Larry, are you looking for somebody who's making tables, comic book stands there?
I mean, I think I know who he's talking about anyway.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the organizers of the show. Probably the same guy that put together the big action figure
Displays and stuff?
like you can stand by and pretend like you're an action figure, you know what I mean? Like the whole package. It's like life size, you know.
Right.
He makes a lot of the stuff for the con, including banners and shit like that. Works at a local place that does signs, here in town, right?
Right.
Like billboard signs and signs for companies.
Oh, so he has access to a Graphtech cutter and
Correct.
yeah, okay, that's what that is. Right. I used to have access to those things. But the material cost itself is mostly what's the expensive part. Unless it's just paper.
Oh, he's talking about a different cat, but Andre Guy Landry, yeah, I know who he is. He does a book called Brain Slug. I have a copy of it.
Laser cutter. Oh, okay. He has a laser cutter. Yeah, that's one of those things. I got a friend who has a laser cutter too. He's been asking me to design some stuff for him, like for those square readers, like some sort of display at an angle or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll come up with something. Just throwing me off, man. I don't know what it is. I need something to do with the arm.
Well, treat it like it's any other arm.
I know, but I need it to be more front and center because that is who she is, right?
You're thinking too hard on this.
But is it really? Is it really who she is?
I mean, I got the boobs, the excess boobs in there.
Well, that matter.
The Got to go to Pornhub and look at some reference.
Well, she's supposed to look like Nicole Kidman,
Yeah.
right? Her name is Kidman Drake, a play on Nicole Kidman. That was the whole deal.
Right.
But I mean, that doesn't really matter as long as she's rare, redhead, hot, and has a golden arm. That's pretty much what matters.
Yeah. So the campaign was fully funded in 72 hours.
No.
Would you say
4
that?
days. No.
Oh,
4 days.
Has it been 4 days? Jesus.
No, we're on day 5, going into day 6, man.
I thought it was only 3 days in.
No.
I'm telling you, man. I should sleep more.
Get off the Pornhubs.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm looking up reference for Larry's characters.
You need more Kidman Drake references? Like I got
No. I'm just thinking of some poses or something that's a little bit more dynamic and shows off a little bit of the arm in that space kind of thing, right? That's the next thing. After a while, you do a lot of these cards, you kind of figure out some stuff. So Larry's campaign, I know what it is that we're going to need to do for it's kind of like A/B testing.
That's exactly what it is.
Sybil. What I'm gonna do, Sybil. I'm gonna put Kidman Drake on the back burner until I get.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, even if we don't, I can give you a different character than Kidman.
No. I just need. I saw the chair. I like that look of somebody sitting on the chair, right? In the panel there, and I was like, yeah, that shows like the office chair. That shows somebody who has, some sort of bureaucratic kind of like, the boss kind of look, right?
Well, she is. She's like the Tony Stark of my world, only she's kind of a badass.
Right. So having that chair makes like that. Oh. All right. Looks like Whitefire is calling it a night.
I'm like a bald man. I'm out of hair. Shit.
Yeah.
Thank God I still have all my hair.
What happened?
We're losing viewers.
Yeah,
we're
losing-
like flies.
Later, Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Locke's not doing enough drama. We got to come up with something.
What's Razor doing?
I don't know.
What the dog doing?
What's your dog doing?
I don't know. He was crying before because the door wasn't open enough where I usually leave it it allows him to come in. He knows when to and not come into a room, but then he'll cry from the door.
Razor is set to go live here at any time.
He's in wardrobe right now. He's getting his hair did.
What it do, Comic Guru? Waiting for Razor Comics Mail Haul Smoke Chill Open Package Repeat 300 sub giveaway update. Mature warning, explicit content after hours. There's tonight's entertainment. Sick
He's giving
coverage,
away
bro.
300 subs.
No,
Fuck
he's
animal, man.
got 300 subscriber, and he's gonna give away stuff. I think most of the comic book community here that I know does that, where they reach a certain milestone, they do giveaways to gain more followers and stuff.
I still think you should give subs.
How would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Not my contest.
Yeah. Well, for if I reach the 300 subs on mine or 1K sub, I'm gonna give away Christian. Then Larry, right?
Yeah.
Then if I reach the 100,000 mark, I'm gonna give away Todd. And
Hey,
maybe...
bud, what the fuck am I doing here, bud?
See, love it.
You're gonna invoke the name. He's gonna come out.
He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out.
I even did it at the hospital in front of a doctor, man.
Doctor's like, bring the psychiatrist into the room.
No. Somehow the topic came on comics, and I asked, "Oh, did you ever collect?" He said, "Yeah, back in the day, Spawn and Tom McFarlane." I'm like, "Hey, bud, don't invoke my name, bud." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, force a habit." One day I would love to do my impression in front of him. Just watch him smack the shit out of me.
Have you met him in person, Larry?
Yeah, once. I gave him Niobe #1. Calgary Fan Expo.
Oh, nice.
It's like, "Hey, bud, maybe someday you'll be sitting up in this chair, bud, and someone will hand you a comic book, bud." That's what he said to me. It was a cool dude, man. It was out of all the comic book people I ever met in my life, that was probably the most starstruck that I ever was. You know what I mean? Like that true blue comic book celebrity in my face, and it was the same sort of feeling that you got when you meet Stan. It's Stan Lee and he's right in front of you. But the problem when I met Stan was he was just tired and old and probably really shouldn't have been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's too bad. I met Stan when I was like 17 or something like that. And that was up in Toronto at the, remember Comic-Con back then was at a like those CD hotels?
Yeah.
Stan back then, I remember getting close, talking to him. He was just drawing him, like signing my sketchbook. And I was talking to him about like some of the books, and he goes, "Yeah." And I'm looking down on him and the top of his head. Remember the spray-on thing they had back in the day?
Spray on hair?
The spray-on hair. Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Yeah. It was just like, it's the weirdest because his scalp was just black with it, right?
Yeah. Fucking Stan.
But he was the idol. He was the man. And back then it was, it was free. I don't remember paying anything to get in the door.
He's like, "Hey, true believers, does my hair look real?"
Yeah.
Yeah, well, meeting Stan certainly wasn't free when I saw him. That was at least $120 experience and more depending on what you brought to him.
For what? For a signature or to see him?
Both.
Oh shit!
Like you saw him, you got a signature, right? But I mean, there was also like if you wanted CGC and get an official Stan Lee certificate with your book, that was all extra.
How long ago did you see him?
That was in 2017.
Okay. In the early 90s, I caught him at one of the comic conventions in New York, and I don't know if it was Comic-Con or something else, but it was hard to get to him, but he wasn't charging.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Stan didn't see a dime of that money,
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I've heard.
That's awesome.
I mean, he was at Calgary because he came there at the personal invitation of Todd, because Calgary's Todd's hometown, right?
Right.
And so Todd goes to that show, and so Todd was there, and he convinced Stan to come up with him.
Come on, Stan.
Yeah. And they did a panel together and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, that show was the best comic book convention I ever was at. Not just because of Stan and fucking and Todd, but I mean, they had Garth Ennis there. They had fucking Jim Shooter there. Fucking Art Germ was there. You know what I mean? Like the list of comic book people that were at that show was phenomenal.
Why don't I know who Art Germ is? Who's Art Germ?
He does
Just
that.
type Art Germ in a Google search.
He's been around for a while though.
Oh,
yeah.
he's got that look.
Like he's been around for a while.
Yeah. His cover, a lot of his stuff is cover, right? You'll see it.
All right.
I mean, as soon as you type in Art Germ, I mean, like you see all those sexy Catwoman covers and all that sort of stuff. You know, like,
Yeah, I probably know the work. I just don't know the name. No offense if he's watching.
I'm sure he is.
Oh, he's watching. All right, he's watching my stream.
You
He's
never
great
know.
at it.
You never
His
know.
real
mentioned
name, I
it.
think, is Stanley Lau.
Yeah, I believe he's out of the Philippines.
He's out of the Philippines?
I believe so. Yeah.
How long was he in the Philippines?
No, I mean like he's
Now he's straight out of Compton.
Now he's straight out of Compton.
Compton.
Come on, Locke. Almost nothing I say is serious.
I know that. I'm just I'm giggling. You know what that means. I'm
We
tired.
turned Locke stream into like a stereotypical Niobe stream. It didn't take long.
It didn't take
One day
long.
I'm going to say something that I want a real answer to, and he's just going to be like, ha, ha, ha.
Right.
I'm like, no, really.
See, I like the fact that I don't have to host and my job to keep it moving. Like right now, I'm just putting together another Savage Sim package to go in the mail. I'm gonna like do packages for a little bit, and then I'm gonna goof off and game a little bit, and maybe do a few more packages.
I just did all my page layouts for book 3 today.
There you go.
So I'm feeling good about that.
Progress is good. I mean, as long as I'm doing something progressive, towards my business every night, then I feel like I've done something, whether it's doing packages or listing on eBays or promoting my stuff on a show or, exchanging messages with the artists. As long as I'm doing something,
Right.
then,
Well, yeah, like I feel good right now because book 1's going to the printer. Book 2 is already being colored. It's already fully drawn. And now I'm getting a jump on book 3. So
that's it, man.
hopefully the year stays on track like that.
haven't heard. Something's going on over Upper Deck. I have not heard anything from that for a while. So hopefully I didn't get banned because of you guys. No, just kidding. I think they're doing some restructuring over there or something like that.
I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the email I sent them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be too. It's weird. They just lost their license, and I haven't heard any new announcements
Lost
They
their
lost their license on what?
on Marvel.
Oh,
They no longer have the Marvel branding.
who does?
Tops. That's why I got pulled over to Tops, and they only have like a limited list of Marvel artists. So by the time I finished filling out the forms, dot the T's, and all that stuff, I didn't make it on the list. So they put me on the Star Wars stuff.
Well, that's still good. That's equally as good.
Yeah. I'm not complaining. I was like, I thought I didn't make it list. I said, sorry, you didn't make the list. You didn't make the cut or something like that. I was like, oh, that's too bad. Then they said, hey, you don't mind if we throw you on the Star Wars? I said, yeah, why not? Right? It's one of those crappy franchises.
Right?
Who cares about, right?
One of the few people that's like,
Yeah.
Oh, you can almost get more known for Star Wars than Marvel. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, man. Like,
Yeah,
Wars-
no. I mean, I'm not either. I just don't. It's one of those like I wasn't expecting it, right? It was like, yeah,
well, the good news is, Locke, is you can't damage the franchise anymore.
Well, that's true.
I can't. I told my brother-in-law, he's a big Star Wars fan. He's freaking out, right? I go, you know what? Just for you, I'm gonna draw 40 Jar Jar Binks on a sketch card.
Me so happy.
Yeah, he almost like jumped across the dining room table and killed me.
What are those that race called? Twi'lek or Twily or whatever they're called?
Oh yeah.
Twi'leks.
Twi'leks? Be like, I'm gonna draw about 30 hot Twi'leks dances with penises.
Comic Journey says they should get you on a Barbarella set.
I want to. I'm waiting. I'm like what's his name? Was Barbarella part of Dynamite or is that Zenescope?
Barbara Walters.
I think it's Dynamite.
I think it's Dynamite. So I emailed the Dynamite rep and they said we're doing whatever. I think they're just I think
Email Nick Barucci.
yeah, I mentioned Nick already, but what's his name already? That's the person I need to email is the guy who's in charge of the I think it's Manuel or Mario Manuel or think or something like that. That's the guy who was supposed to send me the Transformer series, and yeah, but the Transformer stuff was really disappointing at the end of it. There's a lot of complaints.
Of your Transformer stuff?
No, the card quality. The Dynamite took over the license for the Transformer. Hasbro gave it to them, and the sketch card was really horribly thin and stuff. A lot of my friends were complaining about it. Then people were when they did the Kickstarter campaign. I think they like pulled in $500,000 or something like that.
Who, Transformers?
Yeah,
I didn't even know they did one.
yeah. 40th anniversary.
I got the G.I. Joe one. That thing was awesome.
Yeah, they did that, but the card quality, the printing of the card quality was pretty horrible. Like the base cards and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And people were like just complaining left and right because the amount of money they paid for it, right? And the kick in the nut for the whole thing was they only offered $5 a card. for us artists.
Oh shit!
And most of us took on the project because it was Transformer. It was something that we kind of grew up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we wanted to do it. And so we kind of bit the bullet and, did the cards. But yeah, then they sent this card that were worse than like these postcards. Right?
They
And that
took
was the
you for a
issue.
ride.
There we go.
Look, I can't believe you're not loving my guy's tight jean shorts here.
Oh yeah. Oh
Look
yeah.
at that. Look, it's
Oh,
where's
my
it
mouse?
keeps them separated.
I just can't believe it's not butter.
No it. I can't believe it's not butter. Your stuff reminds me of Bart Sears stuff.
That's exactly what he wants to hear.
That's
Is that what it is?
That's what
Oh.
it's. That's who one of the guys I model myself after.
Oh yeah, that looks great. I remember.
I mean, I'm nowhere near as good as he is, but
Let me see. Let me see if I still have some of his stuff. Oh, where did it go?
Did you get your package yet, Christian? Oh yeah, you did. Bars are done.
Yeah, I can't find it. I had this book on like drawing dynamic character, and it was done by Bart Sears back in the day.
that was
And
Andy Smith.
I was just like tracing a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, I have everything that Bart Sears and Andy Smith. Yeah, maybe minus a few minus covers that they've done for other people, but
I loved his stuff back in the days. That was I remember getting. Remember when I don't know if they still have the Muscle magazines.
yeah,
I used to grab those because I just used to copy those.
absolutely. I used to get Iron Man, Flex, Muscle Mag, all those books, and then there was a bunch of the women's fitness magazines too.
Playboy, Penthouse.
Well, that's those are fitness magazines.
No, those I would bring home. Only the muscle magazines could I bring to school. I remember I had an art teacher in high school who was a prude, and me and my best friend, we used to draw comics, and we used to draw big busted women and superheroes and all that stuff. And she kicked us both out of the class and sent us to the house principal's office because we were drawing pornography. She said we weren't, but she just said we were.
Found it. Do you have this?
I have. So that was the compilation of the first compilation of the Wizard draws.
Yeah, I think
Those
this
were all-
was the
those
from
were all in
Wizard
Wizard.
magazines.
I have what he released more recently, which is the books that have all that in it, plus a bunch of new stuff that he added. He did a Kickstarter a couple of years
When?
back.
When was this? This is recent?
A couple of years ago. He has one out now. That has all the has them in soft cover because originally they were hardcover. So you had this.
Oh, here, I'm gonna make it big.
Nice
Oh
hardcover
my
book.
god! Holy shit!
And this is volume 1. He had 2 volumes. It's a nice size. A lot of stuff in there. All the same stuff.
I remember these. These were in the Wizard magazines. Yeah.
Yep. So he has this. Then there was volume 2 came out after that.
Oh my god, dude. Oh,
So 1
now
and
I gotta
2.
look for them.
And then through his company that he had for I think he had it for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, maybe longer. He put out the sketchbook, which has all like
That's what I want. I want
bullshit in it.
that.
All covers, interior pages, line work,
Yeah.
like 6 scenes like this.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Like I don't even know how a colorist would make heads or tails out of what's going on here, but it's so much stuff.
Yeah, I'd go crazy too.
But
A Man of War, that was something I just love picking up.
and those books are impossible to find.
Really?
I mean, I'm having a very hard time finding the original ones. I have the original ones, but they're packed away. And I wanted to get like a burner copy to just be able to flip through and beat up.
Right.
And I can't find them.
Oh yeah, then Turok too, right? I forgot about Turok,
Yeah.
right?
But Tarot, I found a couple of his out in the wild that I use as reference. But so now these 2 books here, though, the volume 1 and 2,
Yeah.
he just did a new Kickstarter that made them smaller, like more like a regular size,
Right.
and soft cover. So those would be good because I can keep these nice and crisp and use those
As your flip
Tear
through and stuff, yeah.
and he's putting out a 3rd volume. So keep an eye out for the 3rd volume.
Yeah, I gotta look him up then.
I think it might actually, if you look up Bart Sears' Drawing Power for Heroes, his registration might still be up for it because he hasn't made the campaign active yet.
So I bought this at Blue Line Pro. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're still around or not.
Right? I don't know. I mean, you only have the 1 copy, right?
This is the only one I have. I bought this way back.
Yeah. You can't find that anywhere either. I've tried. I can't find it anywhere. That's the only thing I don't have is that version of the book.
Yeah, the book is kind of sticky pages. No.
All right then.
No, I love what I loved about his stuff was when he does these I don't know, what do you like the muscle shine kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to emulate that in some of the stuff he does, especially like the Silver Surfer pieces and stuff, right? Like when he does these shadows of like the planar.
No, yeah, his stuff is sick. I mean, like I said, I emulate his stuff, but I'm far from Bart Sears.
Yeah. Right.
Although it is nice that when people look at it, they say, "Oh yeah, I see his stuff in your stuff." So
that's great. Because he's one of those underappreciated artists.
His work is real anatomy exaggerated.
Well, isn't that the same as Kirby when he does the exaggerated punches and stuff? I love that.
Right. But that's what always drew me to him because his musculature and his anatomy was always had a place in reality. Like he wasn't making up anything as he went along. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't like some other people. But and I guess there just wasn't an overall call for that because he got a lot. I mean, he got a lot of good work. He did Justice League Europe when that came out. He did Turok. He did Exo. He did the X-Men. I think it's Days of Future Present. He did. I mean, there's just a bunch, but his own stuff was really good, and he brought it out in the 90s. It only saw two or three issues, I think, and then he folded it, and then it went like 20 years, maybe more, and he brought it back. I want to say before COVID, or just before COVID. He brought it back maybe like 3 or 4 years before COVID. And he ran it for 2 years, 3 years, and he put out a lot more stuff for it.
Right.
And his characters and his worlds that he was creating were just very intriguing to me. And I just really wish that he was able to
Continue
go further with it, Like the lore he was setting up and all that stuff just seemed really cool.
The world building, basically.
Yeah, he did. He was doing a really good job with it. And this is a guy that primarily was just an artist. He
right.
Before that he didn't really have anything created, so it was interesting.
That's what I find fascinating is some of these artists that I've known growing up, where they just did comics because it paid the bills,
right?
And in between, they were doing advertisings and illustrations and stuff like that. That's what I found. And when I ran into Dan Day there, I remember seeing these. There used to be a small press in Toronto back in the 80s and 90s called Kitchen Sink.
Yep, I remember that.
They printed like these game books for like D&D and these RPG stuff, right? Somebody write up something, right. And I remember getting $25 for an illustration. That was a lot of money back then. $25 for a black and white 11 by 17. I would draw like alien-ish, kind of like what's that game with these guys with armors and they were fractions of zealots of based on Christianity.
The Space Marines?
Yeah, the Space Marine kind of clone knockoff kind of thing like that.
Right.
For these games, right? They were just I think the books were like $2 on the shelf. You know what I mean? They were like
right.
Printed, but they're all black and white. And I remember doing that, and I saw these D&D books, and they had these illustration inside the books, these drawings. And I happened to be like pre-pandemic. I happened to be at this small con up in Oshawa, which is like really like a couple hours here from Toronto outside. And I'm sitting next to this guy, and I'm looking at his stuff, and he's got all these illustration boards. Then one of the thing I recognized, like, oh my God, you did these? And goes, yeah, he's smoking cigarettes left and right. His name is Dan Day, right? And I did all this, and I'm like, shit. Right? And it's one of those things where it's like, wait, he drew like a Batman book. He drew all these, like back in the 90s and the 80s, he drew these books, right? Like Venom and Spider-Man and stuff like that, right? And that was one of those things, but he's not like Todd McFarlane, right?
Right.
Those kind of guys, right? They were just they were the old school illustrators and the illustration boards. These guys were like, they just did the gig and they went on. right? If they got more gigs, they'll do the gigs, right? They just punched them out and just went on to the next project they were doing because they had families and kids and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's how
Razor's live.
that's how I
Okay.
met
18
Dan.
people watching.
Oh no.
Shit, I need to be in there advertising.
Oh, okay. Just jump on.
I'm not gonna. Well, I don't know if he's got a link yet to the show, but I'm gonna certainly say hello in the chat here in a minute.
Right. So that was the idea, and then that's how I met him. Then those are the things I'm looking forward to because I've seen his stuff, and I'm like, holy shit! He brings this short box of all his books he has, and for the life of me, I have not browsed through that short box. I'm sure I'm gonna find something that is rare. That he's
Right.
like, yeah, you can have it for like $10. You know what I mean? that was like
That's funny.
right that he's done, right? And that was one of those things, and so he had a heart attack like a few years ago, right? And the doctor told him to quit smoking, and he goes, fuck, like he's like, I've been smoking for like ever since I was like coming out of my mom's
Yeah. I was born with a cigarette.
exactly, right? That was the funny part of it. I was like, shit, he's not gonna stop.
Nope, not for him anyway.
Not for him anyways. So that's what I wanted to do, right? I want to like go over his place one day, go through some of his collection and do some sort of book out of it. Right? Like like an art book kind of thing, right? Just to have it like art history, right? He sounds like my kind of guy. That's of the Marvel brand.
You just wanted to go over his house and be like, listen, you're going to kick the bucket soon. Can I just check out your art?
Well, that's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I ran into him, and so every time he does something, he always ends up like, I need Locke to color it for me. Because a few times he did some books for some Kickstarter guys, and they would send off his artwork, but for some reason when it comes back, it's scanned like really pixelated, so it looks like crap. And you can see because a lot of the books are like black and white, but the colors are beautifully painted. You know what I mean? Like by image comic artists and stuff like that. And you open the book and it looks like shit, right? So he was disappointed. So he wants me from now on to do a lot of his stuff because I scan his stuff and I go through and I clean out and erase a lot of his pencil work. Like, the scanner will pick up all the little faint lines and the little scrags and stuff like that.
Right.
All right. What am I doing here? He's giving away a graded book, I believe, from the last show.
Who, Razor?
Yeah. 300 subscriber.
How many does he have right now?
300, I think.
Oh, back to
301,
300. All right.
something like that. I forgot what Sybil. I gotta look up a reference. I drew her face to be.
Did you? I never showed you the cover Bart Sears did for me for my book.
No, show me, please.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. When did you get him to do the cover for you?
on my first campaign. I had a hardcover anthology in the first campaign, so he did the cover for that.
How much did it cost you for that? Oh wow, dude.
It wasn't cheap, but that's all I can say.
Yeah. You get the original too, or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the original too because it was. Yeah, I had to buy that from him separate, but it was worth it.
Right.
Hold on.
Are you gonna die soon? Can you bequeath that to me?
Here's the original.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a bucket
I'm gonna
list
hunt you
moment for
down,
me.
man. I'm gonna hunt you down, and you're gonna have some accidents.
You heard it here, people.
That's what you heard here. The drama begins.
The cover drama.
Holy shit, dude. All
Cover
right.
Wars 2.0.
Cover War 2.0. Oh shit. I did not know this. Oh my god. Damn. That is nice. That is nice. Put it back on screen. I want to see a little bit more.
Just put it away.
Oh, come on. You
Come
kind of
on.
flashed it.
First one's free.
Teaser. The first one's free. Put the quarter in. Put the quarter in.
Oh. I just got a text. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
It's my wife telling me to shut up.
Did was there pencil lines on there? Can you see that, or was it all wiped away?
No, you could see it. You could see the
Really?
blue line and stuff.
Oh, I love that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I just love any.
He scribbled on the back of it too.
Really?
Yeah, he I've seen that on other things of his.
Right.
He does he works out the pose
Right.
separately. So yeah, so there's a little bit of that going on the back of the cup of the original.
Because I like seeing that, because that's how I want to see like what he was thinking, and you see that kind of scratches and little things on the side and stuff like that. That's what makes looking at the original art more fascinating as an artist. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the kind of stuff like I love seeing. Like even when I get those what do you call it? Those artist edition books.
Right.
I love seeing pages where you can see the whiteouts or maybe the notes on the edges and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Well, I like my originals. I leave all the underdrawing on there because it's usually all blue line.
Right.
And like you saw,
yeah,
this was all blue line when we started.
Yeah.
So I'm not erasing anything.
Yeah.
So I did the blue line, then I do this line, and then I go in and fill in the black areas after.
Right.
And it just all stays.
Yeah.
The only time I do any erasing is at this stage, when I get to a blue line area and it's really muddled up.
Right.
I'll erase down some of the blue line before I go in with the pencil line.
Right.
Just so that you can see it clearer. But yeah, I've been using, like I said, Andy Smith too. He did a cover for me also for the same campaign. He did the flipbook cover.
Right.
And they're very similar. He had him at the Joe Kubert school, Andy.
Right.
Bart Sears taught there for a while, and they became good friends. So his style was almost identical to his at first, and then he changed it slightly. It's more rounded edges now than jagged edges. Bart does a lot of jagged edges.
Right.
Which to me is why I like that style. But I do like Andy Smith stuff because it is very reminiscent of him. And they're both good. I mean, he's doing his own Kickstarters. He's on his like 5th one now.
Jeez.
But yeah, I love their art. And let me show you that one real quick. You'll see how close they look. Still.
Yeah, let me get you on the big screen there. Hey everyone who's still sticking around. We're just hanging out, and this is normally what we do on the Larry Collins. Ooh, you okay?
Yeah.
You didn't destroy the Bart Seer, right? Because I'm gonna come over and inherit the stuff.
No, it's good. Other stuff went down.
Who fell down, Christian? I've fallen and I can't get up. I remember those commercials. The acting was Oscar worthy. I've fallen and I can't get up.
All right. Well, I don't have a copy of the book handy. They're all put away, but this is the image.
Oh yeah.
So this is what the cover looked like.
Right. Oh wow, that's gorgeous.
And so my first campaign was a lot of we're all issue zeros of all my characters.
Right.
So there was a flip book, which was this one that had Addicts, who I'm doing right now.
Right.
This is Aaron, another character, main character of mine, who will be coming up next in his own series. But so this was a flip book with each of their stories, one on one side, one on the other.
Right.
And then I had an anthology book, which is what I showed you with Bart Sears' cover, which had 6, 8, and 10-page stories in it.
Wow.
And then there was a bunch of add-on stuff. There was a black and white art book that had my stuff, and then the cover artists, because I had a bunch of cover artists too for that campaign.
Right.
I had a card set. I had character bio tablets, which had the artwork with their bios on it, like, sort of like the Who's Who books back in the day.
Right.
Which I'm actually continuing in the next campaign. I'm going to do a new set of 6 for it, I believe.
Nice.
Just to add to it, and then eventually put them out in their own, in its own format as a book as well.
I remember getting those Who's Who's. They came with the 3-hole in the binder that you're supposed to stick in the binder.
Right.
Stuff. And
Yep.
I still have them loosely all over the place. They're torn and that kind of stuff. I remember getting those and just holding them out and trying to draw the characters in those standard poses.
Yeah.
Those are the days.
Yeah, I used to love the Marvel and DC Who's Who's books.
Yeah.
They used to put out.
I don't know.
And they came out in trade form at one point. I bought the trades. But the tablet idea I actually got from Bart Sears from when he did his first run with the book back in the 90s. He put out one of the first things he put out was a tablet collection. And it was front and back, the illustration and bio of the different characters in his universe that he was creating. And
Right.
I always thought that was really cool because they were cardstock,
Mm-hmm.
Sturdy. They weren't just pieces of paper. Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. So I did those. I think definitely have a set of those. I know I have a set of them because they just fell on the floor. Well, this is like an uncut sheet, but this is what they looked like.
Hold on, let me get you big.
So that's one of my characters.
Yeah.
And then on the back side it has more, and then it shows like where she comes from. Like, this is what that's my version of Mount Olympus. It's old Mount Olympus, new Mount Olympus. They're very. Let me see if I can get closer up. But like, there's a lot of technology involved with old stuff.
Yeah. Right, but to the human on Earth, they were gods, right? So
right,
It's, you know, if we were back there in Greece and these guys shows up in spaceships or just even a regular airplane, we see them as chariots of, you know, the gods or whatever.
Right.
I always love those kind of like, you know, what
And these I
ifs.
did too. I reached out to the artists, and got their approval to do a crossover with. I have a bunch of female characters, so each one was going to be one of my female characters with their character, their created character, one
Right.
of their creations. So like this was my character with Bart Sears' character Zeus. So these are all my illustrations.
Right.
I did the approval process with them on every step of the way to make sure that they were happy with it.
Right.
Then, you know, on the bottom, I copy wrote for, you know, that's Zeus's copyright of Bart Sears, blah, blah. I did Aaron Lepresti's Wraith of God.
Oh, that's cool.
With
I love the decor around it and all that stuff.
Well, it's oh god, my drawers hurt me. It you know the artist Muka?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the design concepts. I wanted it to look like his stuff.
Right.
So this is Andy Smith's character, First Man. Again, trademarked for them and myself.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have two more. This is Dan Fraga's character from the Black Flag series he did.
Right. Sniper. Ooh. The old style, draw your font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this was Graham Nolan's Chennu character.
Right. I really like the color tone. It's very what do you call it? It has that look.
Yeah.
Like the classic, right?
So I was very happy with the way everything came out.
Oh, that was great.
For that campaign. It was really good. I did a box set for it too.
Right.
And I used Smith and Sears's art for the box. This second one was definitely more scaled down because it's, you know, it's into the regular series now.
Right.
So I don't have to do as much. It's just the book and then some add-ons.
When are you planning to launch that?
Well, it's already done and it's going to printer. So that's issue 1 is done. That's
right.
That's gonna be going to fulfillment as soon as I get it back from the printers. Book 2 is being colored now, and I want to launch that in March, hopefully. I need to be done sending out the backer stuff first before I launch it. So as soon as I finish that, I mean, I'm going to start creating the page and everything, which I've already started laying it out on paper what I want to do. You know, I created whatever the tiers are going to be, whatever the add-ons are going to be, all that stuff.
You got all that figured out?
Yeah, that's all done already. So now it's just when I get a chance and I'm done with what I need to do right now, then I can go in and I have about 6 pages of finished pencils to do, and about 25 pages of renderings, finishings. But the finishings I can do like 3 pages a day.
Jeez, you're an animal, man.
With the renderings, because the artwork's already there.
Right.
So it doesn't take me that long. And then that's it. So, you know, then book 2, and it's already being colored. First 5 pages should be done tomorrow or Saturday, and then I send out the next 5. So by the time the Kickstarter goes off, I don't think there'll be a lot left to do except, lettering, pre-press, and maybe a few pages of coloring.
Right.
So I'm hoping to get it to the printer relatively fast after the campaign closes.
Right.
And once my portion of the artwork is done, I'm rolling right into drawing the full size pages of the next one.
Right.
Because my lofty goal is to get the third one into a campaign before the end of the year, or by the end of the year.
The woman definitely got some big honkers on those covers.
Thank you. That's what we were going for.
That's what they were going for.
I have achieved my goal.
That's right. I can
My
die
purpose in
now.
life.
I've been told that my boobs are too small. Make them bigger.
Let's go big or go home.
That's right. Go big or go home. Do you find it a grind as an artist, Christian, that you find it a grind to do panels? Or
I'm
do
sorry,
you
what?
a grind? Like, do you find it, or
not
do you enjoy
really.
doing it? Or do you enjoy doing it?
I enjoy creating the pages with the panels. I like the design. I like doing the design aspect for creating a page.
Right.
Certain things are a grind.
Right.
I had to do
Backgrounds and
3
stuff.
pages.
Yeah.
And you might have heard me bitch about it too on Larry's stream, or on the off airs or something. But I'm like, oh my God, I'm never doing this again, because it's 9 pages. Each one was 9 panels on each page.
Yeah.
Standard, 3 across the top, 3 across the middle, 3 across the bottom.
Right.
And it was the 2 guys that helped my main character out, going undercover and infiltrating a place.
Right.
And it was just so tedious. It was so tedious. I felt like an animator, but not a quick one.
Yeah.
and so you're drawing the same 2 guys doing a little bit different thing in each panel,
Yeah. I remember those. I remember that.
There's a time lapse in comics that you don't get to, that doesn't help you out in animation.
Yeah.
So that was a plus. But when you're in a certain type of facility or something like that, the backgrounds are still relatively similar. So, yes, it is underrated.
Yeah. Especially you have to be conscious of page turns and other stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I set up this last issue, because I'm doing all my characters in 3-issue story arcs, and then I'm moving on to the next one.
Right.
And the way I set up my universe is that the continuity is all the things that you'll see happening around them. Like in this first one, there's the biggest continuity thing is that'll latch in later on, and you'll see it in another title, is one of the guys is watching the news on his computer, and it's talking about some catastrophe that happened up in space in this space station.
Right.
And that they'll be monitoring it, whatever. It was so that's actually 2 of my other characters break free of that in their story when that comes around.
Right.
So that's the continuity that you'll end up, if you follow my characters and my stories, you'll start seeing like a cohesive universe or world around them.
Right.
And so I do so this is being the first story arc that I'm finishing up. What I decided to do is put an epilogue page in as well.
Right.
And that's sort of like, your end credits that Marvel does, where it kind of leads you into the next story.
Yeah.
Or gives you just a little bit of what's coming next.
Do you, let me ask you this. If somebody were to drop in the middle of the book, would they give enough information in this book, or do they need to go back to the first issue? You know what I mean? To catch what's going on.
Of this story.
Yeah. Or that's you know you know what I mean. Like most of the books are, we go through. Each copy is part of the story, but in order to go back.
What I will say about my stuff is that if each story arc can be contained as its own.
Right.
So every 3 issues can be its own thing. But if you were to pick up issue 2 and then go 2 and then just pick up 2 and 3.
Right.
Well, you would get an idea of what happened in one because there'd be some references back here and there. You know what I'm saying? So you'd be able to pick up on it. But I do think there would be something in it in issue 1 that you would want. And that's why I like Kickstarter, though, because if you didn't know about issue 1 or even issue 2 and you just found out about me on issue 3, I'm going to be giving the
catch-up pack.
The catch-up tiers for all 3 campaign. Well, for the first one's its own thing, and then for the next 2 campaigns I'll do catch-up tiers. But then what I want to do, so like I want to do my own campaign. Sure, I might even make it like a 2-week campaign after issue 3 drops with a collected edition.
Oh, that's cool.
And offer that to people.
Like a trade paperback, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. I'm always curious. Sometimes I see books that are on issue 6. You know what I mean? Like further in, like Larry's, he's on issue 4.
Right.
And it's like, I love the artwork. I love the stuff. But do I really want to go back and pick up the other, or should I just support the one book? You know what I mean?
Right.
If I get it, I read it. Do I have enough to know what happened previously, or am I drop in the middle of a, what do you call it? Like,
I mean, when you're in a story arc, even on an ongoing title, even in the big 2, Marvel, DC, even Image,
right?
You could always, it's always going to become, I guess, obvious of the big picture that's transpired before that issue.
Right.
So you could just keep going forward from there.
Yeah.
But if you want the nuance, if you want the, what did this person say to this person that really pissed them off, or that was a key thing said that tipped them off on something, then you got to kind of go back and get that issue.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I kind of like Kickstarter for that, because it's not that further in. It's like I haven't read X-Men since the 90s.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I were to jump back in, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
Why do you need to catch up?
No. I mean, like, those.
Fuck, you talk about like 30, 40 years worth of fucking comic book history.
Exactly. And then do I do that, or do I just, like, I feel like if I pick up something in the middle of something, I'm gonna, like, I miss that 30, 40 of history.
Just remember, everything that happened before Krakoa never happened. It was all a dream.
That's right.
Moira McTaggart just went back in time and said, or just died and redid it all again anyway.
Yeah, redid everything. Right.
It's all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Yeah. Right. It's just that sometimes, that it's overwhelming to come back and start collecting again. Right.
It's not even that. It's just expensive.
Yeah, that's true too. I think, at the end of the day. Right.
I mean, it's expensive, like, oh geez, like I went to my comic book shop. I picked up 4 comic books. It cost me $31, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking out. You know what I mean? Like that day I reduced my pull list to 3 comics only, That was just last week. I get X-Men, Red Sonja, and Magic now. That is it.
Yeah, my pull list is usually sketch covers. Minimum is about $100.
Yeah, I don't want to spend any more than $20 a month on fucking comics.
Your pull list is $100 a week?
No, not a week. It's more like it's sketch covers. I get like 3 certain sketch covers here, 3 there. but it's mostly maybe $100 every 3 weeks, about a month. Let's say a month. That's my pull for sketch covers.
Gotcha.
Right? Like some of the sketch covers are like fucking $20 Canadian, right? And they're like this big. You know, the giant size reprints. Right? This
Right.
is like $20, and I only picked up 2. Right? That's a $40 book.
It's
here.
huge.
Yeah, they're massive. Right?
I've never seen those.
Yeah, it's remember the giant size, like the Superman versus Muhammad Ali and all that other stuff back in the days. Yeah, that's what they were. Right. I'll do 1 or 2, but I won't do any more. You know, the heavy metal magazine, I got like four blanks, and that alone is $15 US, right? Which is like $1 million Canadian or something like that.
That's, you got the math right. Yeah.
Right. X-Men is a redark pick, and yeah, choose eras. Use the easy and cheapest way to collect a trade paperback. I know that's the thing. I'd like it's the time just to catch up on that, right? Like I don't know what issue I have of the X-Men that I had, but I'm just waiting for one day that my Superman, Death of Superman poly bag, the black bags with the posters and the cards, will go up in price because I have like maybe 20 copies, maybe more, you know, in storage and other places, right? I'm just
Superman never made any money.
Nah.
Yeah, I have 3 of them somewhere.
I know I got 3 or 4 of them. I don't have that many. I opened it up. I opened up 1 or 2 of them just to get to the newsprints and the stuff, just to put in a frame. And the sticker book. You get the little sticker books, right? Remember when
Solomon Grundy. Crash Test Dummies Superman song?
yeah,
It was such a
I love that band, Crash Test Dummy.
yeah.
Sketch covers are more of investment supplies. It's different buying monthly around. Yeah, that's true.
Superman never
The Death of
made-
Superman to me was such a jip, dude, because it was just pinup pages.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, are you kidding me?
It was.
No reading. It was a fight. Minimal reading, anyway.
But I remember the lineups to get the books.
Oh yeah.
The lineups to get the book. And I've never seen these people at the comic book store before.
No, that's how long my guy's been in business. My comic book shop. He held me copies. I was already a good customer when that came out.
Yeah. Like I would show up and I'm like, who are these people? And they were like, you know, parents and stuff. They heard it on the news and they want to get copies of it.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, fucking like 20 million copies been printed. I'm hoping the fire in LA got rid of like the 9 million of those books.
Could help the whole industry.
That's right. Oops.
Everything's rare now.
Everything's rare now, right? Was it the Spider-Man #1, the Todd McFarlane one, right?
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
I got like maybe 10 of those copies.
My original
You
copy.
put my kids through college, bud. Thanks, Locke.
My original copy of Peter Porker's Spider Ham.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it was the sensational Spider Ham.
You guys remember any of these?
I do.
Here.
That
I
I
don't think
do.
I've ever owned it, but I've seen them.
Yeah, I remember Fantasy Illustrated.
Was there a lot? Because I don't remember how I got a hold of these.
I don't know how many there were now.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
think of it.
All I knew was like Rosetta was on the cover, and I bought it right away.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I was at 18, 19 by that time when I picked these guys up.
Well, who is it that's running his estate stuff now? His daughters?
I think so.
I mean, there's a museum for him and everything that they run. You could just, and they're easy to reach out to on Facebook and shit.
I remember these guys.
Yeah.
This artist here, was it? He did Ben, or I'm trying to remember.
That's so weird. I remember him now that you're showing me, but this was not in my memory banks like up front. You know what I'm saying?
I
forgot
love
all
his
about
art
it.
style. I just didn't know how he did it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Was it watercolor? Was it acrylic painting and stuff like that? Right?
No idea.
Look at that, guys. McFarlane toy. Dark Age.
Oh, I remember
Spawn,
that. Yeah.
1998. Who's this? Greg Hindenbrand. Look at that. Forgot all about these. I always wanted to write into the magazine sometimes.
That was cool.
Hey, look at that. This is Tony something.
That's Tony Daniels.
Yeah. Pre-skate Scott Campbell there, you know. Food.
I used to like his book, The Creech. Do you remember that book?
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Ooh, I gotta be careful with these pages.
I had that action figure, the Creech action figure. That thing was massive.
Look at that. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Look at that. Just go.
It's like, how long did this stuff take them to do?
I know. That's the whole thing. And
Like, that book would take me 10 years to do. It's like a life's work.
I want to get to this good with my acrylic painting. This is how, right? I'm thinking he's doing this in oil. I want to maybe pick up some oil paint and start getting into the, right? That's how, look at that. Jesus. Look at the sheen on the,
Well, listen, if you level up to that, I need a cover.
yeah.
Look at the boobs on her.
Yeah.
Look at
I just love this. This is very Frazetta
that.
kind
Who is
of
that? Who's the artist on that?
story. Art by Tom Grin. There. Oh, that's better.
Grindberg?
Grindberg, yeah.
He gives good ski slope titties.
These were like almost like golden ages, you know.
Man, look at that. Good Lord.
All right. And this.
That's creepy. It almost reminds me of the
Charles Vesco. Charles Vest, sorry. I love
it almost reminds me of the Castlevania art.
Yeah. Look, I mean, look, he's done this on watercolor paper. See that?
Yeah.
You can see the textures in the stuff. Like as I gotten older, I'm starting to appreciate more of these. Like, look at that. Jesus, that's gorgeous. The monsters and the creepy stuff.
Yeah, I don't appreciate anybody. No, I'm kidding. I do.
Yeah.
Good
You
stuff.
know what I mean? Like the techniques and all this other stuff. It's just.
What amazes me is the time I know it takes them to do this stuff, or that it should take them to do this stuff, and that amazes me.
Yeah.
Because even the stuff I do, I'm like, I don't have patience for this. Like, why am I doing this? I don't have patience for that.
MegaCon 99, Orlando, Florida.
What year is that?
This book? 99. This is 1999, March, issue 5.
That's the way Prince was going to party.
Yeah. I'm almost 20 at this age. I was 18 years old. Look, they got a Spawn panel. Look at that, huh?
I can't believe 1999 is 26 years ago.
Just
It felt like it took forever to get there because everyone wanted 1999 to show up because, again, Prince was partying like it's 1999, and it
Viz
seemed like the
was
far-off future.
Viz started to show up. I remember these.
Yeah.
Right? They were being
Right.
translated like 1 or 2 books at a time. This is the start of the manga thing.
Darkstalkers should have been, should still be going on.
Oh Jesus! You know how long
That was one
is.
of my favorite games, fighting games.
Right. Look at these. Look at the painting on these. Jesus. I would love to see the original of these. Like even just like look at that. Look at these panels.
Yeah. All right. I have to get to bed, gentlemen.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks a
we're
lot
probably
for having me on. It was fun.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a night. Thanks everybody who are jumping in. Like Christian, anything going on with you besides this Kickstarter stuff that's gonna happen soon? You gonna make
No, not right now. But I do have. If you go to that website there under my name and check out my stuff. It has all my social links. You can subscribe there for free to get updates and info and exclusives and everything. And like I said, any current campaigns that are running there's an active link on that site.
Awesome. Thanks for jumping in tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks
for
for
having
the
me.
other guests, Oliver, and all the other stuff. And Larry is packing boxes and stuff. He goes, yeah, there you go. We got the active campaign that's happening for an IOB outbreak. Yeah, I'll update the show note to include the campaign stuff. That's it, right? Anything else,
That's it.
Larry?
Nope, we're good.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining in the stream. We'll see you next Wednesday. I think Nauman's back, and I think Nauman has a plan to be interviewing Brian LCS.
Oh wow,
And
that should be a hot show.
that will definitely be a hot show.
Are we going to be talking about the dramas?
No, he's got a Kickstarter that's happening, I believe. And Nauman wants to bring him on the show, and I think Nauman will have a couple giveaways based on that, and will be on his channel. Nauman will be running that stream. So yeah, that's it. Then I'll try to see if I can do more of these Hangout and Draw. Maybe I'll start streaming it on what do you call it? TikTok and all the other stuff. And also CJ's got the Shift project. I believe we are 14 days left.
Oh, I thought it was less than that.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's got to be like 4 days left or something.
Maybe 4 days. I forget how many days. 12 hours left, or 12 hours to go, guys. So yeah, make sure you help back that and make that project successful. Well, it's already been successful, but just back some more and all that stuff. So thanks CJ for jumping in. Thanks Christine. Thanks for everybody who's jumping in. Have a good night, guys. And that's it. I'm going to end the stream.
Later.
So-